KP is thinking about bullying Ollie against top lane. See if he actually decides to make a play for this. Everyone just kind of just farming though. Makoto's got Witchblade, finally Fnatic. They're going to be spurred into action. Once again, they're going to try bottom. Oh, and there's Lasso.
Lasso utilized, and with a Trim Protector in trouble, he will die to the residual damage, right? Yes, he will. However, at the same time, KP's in trouble. KP will fall to Makoto, and down bottom the fight continues with a Morphle being caught out. That hypothermia comes in clutch.
Unbelievable.
Talon loses too. Meanwhile, Jab still farming his Garden Greaves right now.
It was... I'm shocked. They got him in between the time Ava, I imagine, toss into Cold Snap into Gust is how that looked like to me.
Oh, okay. He didn't attribute shift at all? Oh, no. You're right. He didn't.
No, it was they killed him over the course of many seconds. Many seconds, which was shocking to me. But that's why, of course, he wants this Manta style. Well, actually, I guess he doesn't. He's just going to take the Yasha and then go for BKB instead. Fair enough. That's even better.
Yeah.
They really... I think will struggle to kill you through BKB again, with the notable exception of Gabby's marksmanship procs. Okay, but the rest of Talon are coming along fairly nicely for the items. Makoto at least gets something out of that top lane exchange. He's going to get his regen now. Might even be able to join for this next fight. Blink Daggers very quickly coming online for both Q and Ollie. Ollie is going to get his in just about 100 gold. An assist here would certainly net him it. Armel, though, close to his own blink as the smoke closes in on him. Talon, we'll see if they guess right. Doesn't seem like they'll be in a great position to catch him
Armel?
here.
Okay. I mean, something broke the smoke, right? Ollie knows this. However, they don't have vision of the area. They have no wards on him either, right? No wards on either support.
This ward. Yeah, so nothing really going to happen there. Talon are going to be left empty-handed. Tiny Blink Dagger online for DJ. He's got that at a fairly decent timing, I should say. He is the richest support hero in the game after kind of being booted from that top lane very early on, because there wasn't really much he could do there. But I think for now, it's just going to be a race for this BKB. Gabby is that a full Hurricane Pike already? It is.
Oh, there's DJ. Hit by the Shadow Strike.
It's fine.
I don't know, they threw a tree at him. And now Shards. Oh my god, all of the elements against DJ. But Fire is coming to his rescue. Lasso, however, has been stopped by a Walrus Punch. Freezing Field also been cancelled by the Snowball. The Sunstrike not hitting the Queen of Pain, but the multi-shot has hit her dead on. Wow. That's going to kill Q and Makoto. As a Tornado tries to catch the remaining heroes. Very short Tornado. Jabs realizing Tree Throw is the worst spell to steal. Steals the Ice Wall. That's not going to help him either.
No, it is not. And that's why Talon... need to be a little bit more careful in these engagements. The Hypothermia doing a lot of work here against the Morphling, obviously, but also even just a couple of stacks onto the Queen of Pain there mean that the mechanism heals for much less, which is very
good point.
Very significant, right? Early on when it's actually the Rubik's first item. He's going into 4-staff next, which means he's just straight up wasted. I mean, I guess it's stats, but he's basically wasted 500 gold on this crown, which doesn't really feel good.
Yep, 450. The Blink Dagger is also a replacement to the Garden Greaves here. Like he was thinking of Garden Greaves, that goes for Blink. Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have defied Winter to begin with, honestly.
I guess not. You can see it was 3 stacks of Hypothermia by the time the mech comes out with the Restore. And,
mind you, that fight was also awkwardly taken, right? Like the Morphling was not ready to take the fight. Rubik was also not in the best position, and they started with Tree Throw. I really cannot expand enough on the fact that Tree Throw while Mimi on Rubik is absolutely useless.
Yeah, I mean, and DJ dies, right? But obviously it's well worth his life in exchange for 4, plus the obvious objective, which was Roshan at the time.
Exactly.
So Fnatic in a pretty decent position here. Now, let's see what they can set up with this on for the remainder of Game 1, as TPs are down bottom. There's action top, though.
Right? Jabs? He mechs now, surviving a fair amount. Stole Alacrity. Oh, Sunstrike is avoided.
Off the mark.
Jabs got scared. He's like, oh, I gotta better go back to where the Sunstrike was.
DJ
has costs. Cancel his TP. No help still from the team as KP gets Ollie in the mid lane. Jabs is still being chased. Jabs finally will fall to the combined efforts of Armel and DJ.
Yeah, 23 really struggled to get the kill, and he just stood there, which meant the lasso was free to be used. Talon, what is going on here?
I think Talon just got informed yesterday that there's a 30-hour flight to Lima.
I don't know. It kind of seems like they it's weird. This is not the...
Like, beyond the picks, it's just odd.
They're playing not very clean. Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
It's
questionable is the word we use. Interesting.
Yeah, it's real bad. I mean, the thought, why hit the Maiden like that through your BKB when Batrider's just sitting there?
So Maiden has bonus armor.
Maiden's got 20 bonus armor, and I don't know.
Your Rubik's dying top, and nobody's helping him either. Like seriously, he was being chased for like a whole minute.
And this is like pretty seriously now in favor of Fnatic. I mean, it's a 7K net worth lead. You still have Aegis for another 3 minutes. Gabby's easily going to get the gold for BKB by the time this Aegis expires. This is not looking pretty for Talon right now.
How many points do Talon have?
What do you mean points?
Like in the league, how many points?
Oh, how many wins? How many match wins?
Yeah.
I believe they are at 3. I think they're one of the teams that's 3-3. Let me just double confirm that with you right now. They are 4-2, even better.
Yeah, right. So they got a 1 win, right? They're almost.
Oh, they are secured. Yes.
Wait, they are secured because Geekslate only has 4.
If they win 1, Geekslate have 4, and Blacklist specifically have 3. So there's only one team that could tie them. 5 and 2.
Blacklist also has 4. They're just not up to it yet.
Oh, yes. I need to refresh my page. You're correct. Yeah, I mean, I guess there could still be some tiebreakers, but like, there's more tiebreakers for you to potentially win in.
But if you stay at 4, then there's definitely like you risk the chance of not making it.
Right, because Geekslate.
Because Execration's there for sure.
Right, because well, someone has to win between Geekslate and Blacklist. So one of those teams for sure is going to make it. And then you have to play, if you lose this, you play tiebreakers for that last slot.
Exactly, exactly.
Which does mean you're potentially not into the major.
Exactly. If you win this, you're
on a win versus, and again, no diss to Fnatic, but they are 0-6, right? A win versus the team that's 0-6 guarantees you the major slot right here, right now.
Yes, exactly, exactly.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm sure maybe the pressure kind of getting to them a little bit. It's always, you know, these kind of quote-unquote free games, right? Where perhaps you're a little bit too silly. You pick an offlane Rubik, who wastes a little bit of that early momentum on a Crown. It meant that he didn't have Mechanism up in time by the Aghanim Shard of the Drow Ranger, which, as we see, is a pretty healthy counter to that. It's maybe a little problematic here for them. They're not still without their, you know, their plus points, though. 23 is still very strong in this matchup with the notable exclusion of the Drow Ranger. You have a Queen of Pain, which is a problem, isn't it? But she has BKB now, and Q is going to be fast on his fingers, which means he's, well, not fast enough, unfortunately.
He has Snowball. He does not have Snowball. He's dead. DJ, though, will die as a result.
They really
not
want
bad
DJ, huh?
Savage.
Okay, they'll get him.
KP lost his Firefly as well. They could continue, but they're going to choose not to.
1-for-1 trade ain't bad. I think they're scared of Gabby, and for good reason.
Sure, sure. Yes, he decimates your team. And once again, you're still struggling to find what has Queen of Pain done this game, and the answer is nothing.
Yeah, she forced the Batrider offlane, I guess, but he's been having a pretty good lane from. Sorry, he's having a pretty good game from the offlane, all things considered.
Once again, this is not Flame Torch Mikoto, but rather the hero he's playing.
Yes, yes, just to make that clear. And also, this Invoker is scaling pretty nicely, right? Hand of Midas has enough money already for BKB, Blink Dagger, and the BOTs, as well as the Ag Shard. So he's got 3 meatballs now on a reduced cooldown, which is going to be pretty good here for his damage and, of course, his farm and split push. Also because he wants the Quads Exort build, which usually maxes Exort first, and then Wex with the 4 points in Quads. You have an incredible alacrity that you obviously get to this Drow Ranger, which makes it very difficult for Talon to play with. This would be a big catch if they can actually get KP, but he has BKB. Yeah, that Sonic Wave though. Ooh, that Avalanche Stop jab still looking. He just finally got KP.
No, he didn't activate BKB in time.
Didn't respect how many members of Talon might be in the smoke.
They respect jabs as a hero. It's like,
that's a fair point. I mean, he is an instant stun, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was a little bit maybe fast and loose playing it with there. Maybe thinking he was over the cliff behind a tree.
He also TP as well. Like.
Yeah. Didn't work out there. And Zanuel is going to be the next to fall here. So that'll be 3. As Talon will wrestle back a little bit of map control as they finally make a concerted effort to make a move somewhere on the map. It's top lane. It goes very well for them. Matt's style for 23 Savage. He's feeling a lot more confident in these fights now.
Oh, I see what's happening. The CEO of Talon just came into the room and said, guys, we're upgrading you to business class for Lima. Can you just please make it?
Right.
Then they're good now. They're good now. We're starting to play some more serious Dota for Talon. Morphling is back. The Queen of Pain will find some use at some point, even if it's just as a vision hero.
I think she's fine as a Linken's carrier.
Sure, just a tank like she used to play.
Linken's, yeah, I think that's probably the best way to be played. As long as it's 23, not having to absorb literally every single targeted spell in the game, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
I think he'll be fine. Again, I think it really just is the Drow this game that's going to be his biggest concern. That being said, she's still a pretty big concern at this stage, right? The free fight that they gave him, as well as the Aegis, means that Gabby's got lots of very efficient items on himself right now. BKB almost well, enough for at least the Yasha, but not the full Manta style. And they have Alacrity.
Look at that Alacrity buff on Gabby.
It's turning that crossbow into machine gun.
Yep. Also, a machine gun that shoots like other machine guns. That's how strong it is. It's absurd.
Trying to bait him here. DJ just kind of chilling right next to his friend.
Oh, it's going to be Jabs. Oh, he did the toss-back play. That was really good. Overgrowth on top of that for the Drow, Sonic Wave, everything for Gabby, but Gabby's still alive. So with a BKB, trying to go for Jabs, but they did steal the lasso. Jabs will secure the kill before he falls.
Still fighting John-Noel. He still has bonus armor.
He really has to kill the CM before going on anyone else, which allows everyone else on Fnatic.
Courtesy of the buyback.
Except for DJ to get away.
Yep. Nice job there. Q does have to buy back, but it's still fairly worth it as they're going to get a kill onto the Tiny. Would have otherwise been an almost even trade. Felt a little bit worse, but 23 lives, and obviously Gabby does not.
Jab's on point, that team fight.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Jab's on point.
Nice force staff away, the blink in, the counter initiation as well. And
he's crazy tanky as well for some reason.
I mean, hey, if this is what offlane Rubik can do, like I definitely see why you would pick it in a game. I do think he's probably slightly regretting having gone for the crown first, especially because it's literally just sitting in his backpack doing nothing for him right now.
Sure, I agree.
But, you know, it's a lesson learned, right? Even in games like this where you think it's going to be perhaps a bit easier for you, you still actually have to, you know.
Yeah, it's still Fnatic, guys.
Dude, you gotta go with your regular builds.
It's still the top 8 teams in SEA.
Exactly.
Even if they're 0-6 doesn't mean this team is.
It's this whole stuff of like, well, I'm Divine. I can certainly play against Immortals, and it's like, oh, actually you can't. Even if you're Divine 5, there's a pretty big jump from Divine 5 to like Immortal 500.
No, it's more like Divine 4 being like, guys, I'm gonna destroy this Divine 3. Not even, no chance.
That's true. Yeah, it's my least favorite thing. Yeah. Or when you get from like. When you get from like Legend to Ancient, like Legend 5 to Ancient 1, yes. And then like people in that group were like, whatever, you're just, I'm gonna crap on this Legend 5, even though I'm literally 30 MMR higher than it. It's like, it's the dumbest, like you can't, you just can't. Talon, though, I think they're gonna start cleaning it up a little bit here. 23, however, is so far the richest hero in the game, quickly followed by 3 Fnatic heroes. The problem is gonna be scaling here, especially because I think, as we've seen earlier today, Avo, and as we're seeing right now, Makoto on the Quap, his impact here slightly more questionable, or his purpose in the late game slightly more questionable.
His purpose in the game is questionable, but it's okay. I feel like the Linkins is a good start. You go for the tanky build.
I mean, especially late game, right? But yeah.
I would like it if at least he bought the shard, though. It used to be the way the Queen of Pain used to be played. Yeah. Like, you just go in, guidance on, you silence people. You don't even have that right now.
Everyone thought this Ags was going to be something crazy busted. I remember Valve dropped a patch, the TI patch, actually, on day 2 of the ESL 1 Malaysia group stage, and everyone was buying the Ags Scepter on Queen of Pain, and then everyone's like, actually, it's not that good. And then it completely fell off after that literally 2 days of group stage. That remained.
It really is not that good.
No. But, you know what is good? Some more team fight, 5-on-5 action. DJ smokes in a break, so we'll Q's. Q just bought back as a reminder. Oh, hell yeah, dude. that was really bold.
I'm rereading the Ags. I wonder if now with the trend to do Bloodstone things, it would be interesting to do like Ags Bloodstone, maybe. I can imagine that.
This is, sorry, this
for the Queen of Pain.
Yeah. What a thought.
I mean, it wouldn't be like, I'm not saying it's the best build, I'm just saying maybe. It might work. Might make this year relevant again, because it really is just not having.
Problem is, it requires you to go through 2 item buildups, the Bloodstone as well as the Ag Scepter, and I feel like that's just way too much farm time for a mid laner.
I also agree that with Lesh, for example, other Bloodstone builders, you're still useful before that.
Exactly.
Whereas Queen of Pain feels bad the whole time.
And you feel really good just with Bloodstone and levels. Whereas on Queen of Pain, you're not really feeling all that great with Bloodstone. Man.
That's true. Even Viper, for example, goes for the same build, is good without
I guess maybe the healing's like pretty nutty, right? Because you still got that 80 damage per tick heal on Shadow Strike. Yeah. And also, I mean, I still don't think it's that good. It's only like 150. I mean, 150 heal per tick's like pretty good, but I don't know. I don't think it's worth.
No, I don't think so either. But I'm saying. Maybe.
It'd be interesting.
Try it out in your pubs, guys.
Yeah.
Just avoid me first, and then try it out in your pubs.
Yeah, avoid me, and then Q ranked immediately after.
Yes, exactly. And tell me so I can also Q.
Yes, that's what we do.
And then try this out.
Linkins is online, and I think this is a much better item than the Bloodstone. It seems like both teams are willing to go for a little bit of a scrap now that Roche has respawned. Careful, though. Potentially it's KP looking for a pick-off here with his Blink Dagger and now BKB, but Quap not an option.
Oh, Lasso.
Just kidding.
Quap is an option. Always been an option.
But you got the BKB off.
Yeah, and they also realize, what's the point of killing this Quap?
Pretty much.
Guys, why are we spending spells on this hero? She just did all she could do.
Yeah, she's giving her a real purpose, and now the rest of Talon here swooping from below.
Oh, that Walrus Punch is courageous.
23, speaking of courage.
Yeah, and they have an overgo still. Ollie couldn't get it off, though. Got stopped by DJ. That's going to work, but 23 turns into Drow. The multi-shot, they try to block with the Manta style, but the illusions are too weak. John Well, 23's biggest enemy. He's figured it out. He can just stun.
Wow. He has indeed figured it out. 23 with a tip on a Gabby. KP being routed from the fight.
Oh, that's Blink, though.
Very good.
And a regen.
Thank you, Gaben.
Wow. Oh, but Jabs. He got Psychic Headbanded, but Jab's still stronger.
Wow.
And there, Mikoto found his purpose.
That's the reason. You tank Bat Rider spells and you nuke them from 500 range.
You are literally just picking a Bat Rider counter.
23.
Quap right now is a glorified Lotus Orb.
Yeah, and 23 has just been soloing Roche the whole time. DJ thinking about going for a cheeky play here.
No cheek today.
Yeah, no cheek for him. I think Talon, they're not even going to turn the other cheek. They're just going to smack his.
Yes. Smack both. Applaud his cheeks.
Yeah.
Is that something they say, by the way, in America? The applaud thing? Like in Spain is very common, like especially like in relationship fights, right? When the one person will ask, like, are you gonna slap me for this? And they go, no, I'm gonna applaud your face.
Wow.
And it means I'm gonna hit you on both sides.
No.
Oh my goodness. Not a thing? Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, obviously not in a violent way. It's always allowed because you screwed up, so it's fine.
Oh, okay.
It's the version of the chancla, but for families.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
The chancla. Yes, we're in the wrong region, unfortunately, for that.
I am pretty sure Filipinos also.
Oh, you know what? I have seen pinned dependent with the chancla, actually.
Yeah, right. I think that's a thing in Southeast Asia too.
Yeah, I guess it is.
All our cultures share this.
KP, Mikoto.
There's a Lincoln's BKB. Walrus Punch though. It will stop this.
It was a
Lasso. Yeah, Mikoto was never worth anything to begin with.
And he's like still full HP. DJ's here. Has a toss.
He doesn't
Thinking
have a
about going for the toss, but can't find him in time.
Also, the Blink Dagger, the Dagger was on cooldown. That's why.
Yes. Okay, well, it's fine. 23 still has the Aegis. Is continuing to farm up very nicely. Excuse me, full Eye of Scotty, and then immediately into the Lincoln Sphere. Gem of True Sight as well on the train. Fnatic are thinking they can push here. They're not exactly wrong. It's a dieback applied to
Gabby's
Q.
so far, the tower can't see him. Next level strategies. It's a very awkward angle to initiate on you, though, because of the freeze.
Yeah, so, and they've got this ward as well still on the cliff next to the Dire Outpost, so they feel pretty safe holding that position there. Yeah, so they kind of see him coming from the side. So, you know, really good positioning for sure. 23 eager to get this Lincoln's online. That would be his 4th ultimate orb. My goodness, this man, he's got a problem. He's addicted to ultimate orbs.
The Scotty is very useful because even when Morphling EBKBs, the hypothermia doesn't go through that, right? But Scotty does. So even if he BKBs, you'll still have the damage, the healing reduction, and the slow, of course, of a ranged hero.
Armel's not thinking about making a cheeky move here, is he? He'd have to cold snap to break Lincoln's and then Hex. That seems rather unlikely. Maybe. No.
I mean, they did something similar with the Battle Rider Lasso, right?
Yeah,
it's just that if you're alone.
But it's 4 staff, right? And items have a little bit of a more or abilities have backswings and all this other stuff, right?
Well, right.
But that's the concern, right?
I also feel like you need people around you.
Yeah.
Arbel does cut the lane though with the Forged Spirits. Oh, he's staying to watch his creation. Go, my spawn! Kill! No, they're leaving. They're going to the jungle now.
Kill.
Kill the creeps. There we go. Look, he's staying. He's watching them. Tornado him. Oh, Invoker's so proud of his little Forged Spirits.
They're
little
dragon though. They think he doesn't have TP, and they're right, but not anymore. As he starts to TP away, Q, is he going to get a godlike guess? Nope. Good effort. Give it a go.
Both Forged Spirits dead at the same time. They died like they came to this world together.
Middle tower is under attack.
Brings a tear to your eye, doesn't it?
It really does.
Or in the case of the Forged Spirits, both tears to both of your eyes.
Yes, they're also made of lava, which is the hard part. If you're being like this, the tears actually hurt you as they go down your eyes. It's like when you cry blood, you know?
play. 23 is just going to capture the outpost. Haven't we seen this before?
No, but that was different. That was the offlaner and he was alone.
Oh, they know Armel is here. And they didn't kill his courier on purpose.
Yep, and Armel, he has a tornado though. He has a tornado.
And he's got Hex and BKB, not to mention.
He does have BKB, there we go. That's the BKB. Morphling is nearby though. I think the physical damage is far enough. He can't just TP, but he can blink TP.
Yes, he can.
No, he can blink TP, sir.
He can TP because no one had any range for him, even though they had him underneath a ward, unfortunately.
No, detection you mean?
No, they didn't have range. I think they saw him. There's a sentry.
Oh.
They saw him.
Oh, because he has 8 lens in his blink, actually.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty far.
They couldn't reach him because Morphling... Oh, actually, he has Hurricane Pike. I'm surprised he couldn't hit him. I thought he didn't have Pike. Fair enough.
Yeah, Morphling's range is really bad. Have you gone to the Tenders?
No,
if you run away from the pressure gun, he is really hard for him to like chase you with it.
Right. Is that the Morphling incarnate for you?
Yeah, Morphling is a pressure gun for the dentist.
Whoa, 23 is...
Doesn't care.
He doesn't, I guess.
But he forgets. He's not Queen of Pain. He can't make these plays.
I mean, he can. He's got Lincolns. He's got 2 dispels, 3
I guess
dispels.
he has Aegis, 20 seconds.
Aegis, yeah.
Wants to burn it.
He's daring them.
But they're not going to fall for it.
No, of course not. Refresher quickly coming together here for KP, though. Another 500 gold, and he's got that one online. So, there's some serious items here. I don't know if it's going to be enough to make a difference. Invoker, I think that's going to be Octarine. Lovely item on Invoker. It's been forever since I've seen what my friends and I call it Raging Fury Invoker, where you just like continuously cast spells, you know?
Do you mean Toronto Tokyo Invoker? That's what he used to play as well.
Yeah?
Remember, first I did Blink?
Oh, okay, well this is different though. This is like you just continuing to wombo combo your enemies with all of your spells.
No, I know what you mean, but like he would used to go first I did Blink, and then would go BKB and Octarine Core.
Yeah, I remember.
Back on Yellow Submarine
But the
days.
sheep stick is like, it's reminiscent of the days when you would go like Yule Scepter Refresher on Invoker. You know, and you would like Yule's combo them into your meatball, you know, deafening, whatever, right?
That person who, he's not scripting, but his brain pretty much is scripting at that point.
Well, it's because he's only practiced. He goes to invokergame.com every single day.
Yes, honestly, man.
And like he does that. He lives for the combos. And then eventually people just got good and they introduced Andisk and you couldn't do it anymore.
Thank God for that. As an offlaner, nothing was more frustrating. You had like a host of 5 people and Invokers, you also bring one of them. Just tornado them, la! Please, Invoker!
Well, the thing I've always hated is when you get a 5-man Winter's Curse or a 5-man Chrono and Invoker thinks that's his time to shine. I will sing you the song of my people. It just completely griefs you.
Oh, it's true.
That's always what I hated the most.
It's true.
That was the only time I think I've ever truly just lost it at a teammate. I had a beautiful 5-man Winter's Curse that was going to turn the game around. And my Invoker's like, tornado time. And I'm like, I could not believe.
That's very common.
Oh.
They do that with Black Holes too. That's why in SEA, I've never heard the word Invoker. I've only heard him called Injoker. And I think there's a reason for that.
The Injoker, lol.
I mean, seriously, like, even if he's good, he goes, wow, what a great Injoker. I think people forgot that the guy is called Invoker anymore.
Well, I think it's lovely, you know? I think it's lovely. Not to mention, almost every single hero in the game actually has voice lines for Shitty Wizard. Did you know that?
Yeah, I think he's that.
That's him.
Especially, like, when you log into the game, the guy first picks Invoker, his name is Miracle's son. And you go,
yeah, you go,
I'm ready.
You go, sure thing. Apple fell pretty far from the tree there, didn't it?
And somehow Miracle is misspelled and has a K and an H somewhere. You're like, I don't know why. You can just read the name.
Speaking of Miracle, make sure you guys stay tuned for Division 2. Yeah, because he's on Myth Avenue Gaming after.
Yeah, make sure to drink water, because that was his old team name.
They changed it, yeah, they changed it. Fnatic, though,
he's on Mag now.
They're drinking water. They want to drink this water. Most importantly, they want to extinguish it, as 23 Savage is going to be very annoying. He's actually, speaking of water, got DD in the bottle, as well as double Lincolns. They're starting to lag.
Oh, Tusk. Tusk is dead.
He's got 5.
That's a lot of rage
and they own the outpost, but Fnatic are going to need to try and recapture the outpost. That's the next thing they're going to be fighting over here, as well as Vision, of course.
And I guess with Octarine Core, the Meteor is not that long a cooldown.
Yeah, it's even...
Plus the Shard.
Yeah, it's really short. 30 seconds is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, this ability is pretty crazy.
Okay, so this is a little awkward now for Fnatic. What I was going to say is that you can fully stack Lincoln. So right now, 23 has 2 Lincoln Sphere on him, if Quap, applies the active onto him. So far, not the case. Fnatic looking to take over a little bit more map control. They don't feel super confident trying to sneak a Roche here.
But KP, sticky napalm, sees Quap, goes, mate, I'm not. It's not even a choice. I'm not going to go for you. He's learned his lesson. KP's looking for the real juicy targets like the Morphling now. Or even the Rubik, honestly.
KP, like you said, with that refresher as well, he can really almost get through anyone. At this stage, I think it's worth using refresh just to lasso 23 away through BKB.
Yes. Well, I mean, he has Force Staff to cancel, too.
Right, but if he has got BKB active, you can only have double lasso. If 23 has BKB active, you can't use Force Staff.
Oh, okay. 23, I was confused. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yeah. Frankly, I wouldn't mind if he lassoed the Rubik first, because I feel like if Rubik steals lasso and he just counterplays you like before, I think
feel
it's
like not really that worried about this Rubik, honestly.
Really, I think it's a really easy steal for him.
I mean, it is an easy steal for him, but I mean, he's not that tanky anymore. He's got Greaves, but that's it. Like we're 40 minutes in. Like this Drow, like
I cannot wait for jabs.
It's punching time. I don't know. This is one I wish jabs. I mean, now he's going Acceptor. This is one I wish he did go for a greedier build, because I just think he's like a really. He's just a support. He's just a Rubik that's having a good game right now.
Yeah, he really.
Like honestly, that's his net worth is kind of reflected that as well. I mean, to be honest, KP only has one more item than him, but he feels so much more impactful.
They almost fun them. I love this is true Invoker gameplay. He alacrities Divorce Spirit over the Drow Ring.
Oh hell yeah, dude! Gotta stand up for your boy.
That is actually the most SEA Invoker play.
It's the Joker play.
That is the Joker play.
Here's the smoke.
We have Axe and Tusk.
Oh yeah, that's a big one. That does leave him without buyback though, so he can no longer be that man up front trying to scout. That position or that role might have to be swapped over to Ali, who does have buyback and blink. Makoto, he's just in.
Ooh, trying to Walrus punch him instead. The last is going to be used for this Tusk, but that is just dying. It seems like KP.
Wow.
Can't get away from the Scotty.
Oh,
they just ignored him.
Okay.
That's always the solution. Now they're going for a more valuable target. Got Gabby. 23 Savage, it seems like he got recalled to attack Gabby. That's the real one, the one multi-shotting. And no, he meets his arch nemesis and KP as well, who blinks in the middle of his waveform.
DJ!
He's still fighting this. DJ has hopes, but he's inhaled too much hopium today.
Yeah, way too much hopium for him. Oh, close. I got real excited there. There was a Sunstrike that almost hit Makoto. Would have killed him, but didn't.
I can't believe the breaking point for this game is when 23 Savage can kill the CM without canceling the freezing field.
Yeah,
that's what's made the change here.
All he did was like kill her on accident.
He killed Batrider on accident.
Waveform through the maiden.
He literally blinked onto the waveform. And I think he has waveform attack as well, right? Yeah. So he just got killed. Now he has Daedalus as well. Talon's back at it.
He does? 23's got Daedalus?
Yes, it's coming on.
Oh, yeah. And he's got an Ags. He's got a Shard. He's got an Aegis. He's got a Refresher Shard. He's holding everything, dude.
No, he doesn't have Ags, right?
Ags Shard, sorry.
Oh, right. Yes, that makes perfect sense. I was going to say, that's the third brush, not the fourth.
And now, I think this is more like the game that Talon thought they were going to have. It's pretty firmly in their control now. I think this 23 Savage here is a little bit too much of a problem. They really lack the control. I think you need to get lassos onto him. You need to get Gabby to start, getting those marksmanship procs up. If not, I really think no one else kills this guy. It has to be Gabby. Has to be.
Well, it has to be.
Gabby. It has to.
It has to. Yeah.
Not even like this Hex is going to do much. I mean, good luck. I mean, I guess right now you can't afford an Ag Scepter if you're Invoker, but for what?
Oh my God. 20% actually clears a wave just with waveform now. That's
why it's called waveform.
Oh.
You change the form of the wave to null.
Yeah. To 0.
To null.
No, 0.
No.
Null is non-existent.
Yes, exactly. What do you think? Look, they just disappeared, dude. Look at the wave.
Their corpses are still there.
Yeah?
Top tower
I don't think so, man.
I'm pretty sure. I've checked the corpses for research purposes.
You're looting them. You're the D&D player who kills a goblin and immediately on his first turn of combat starts to loot him before helping his allies.
I check the goblin's pockets, not 20, and then...
Okay. Roll 1d4.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I don't know what that means.
You don't know? Shame on you.
Sorry, I'm not a D&D player.
I can tell. Goblins usually don't have, they usually have pockets. In any case, I mean, this game is...
I mean, they have pants, so they must have pockets.
Not all goblins.
Not all goblins have pants?
Yeah.
They're running around naked?
They prefer the natural state, yeah.
Yeah, good for them, Actually, I gotta respect their culture.
23, up to the high ground he goes. He is very rich. He is very hard to kill. We'll see what Fnatic can do.
Just ignore him, apparently. They hit him once, though, and apparently that was a lot of damage.
They got DJ.
And they kill Q.
Sorry, Q, thank you.
Yeah, DJ got Q.
DJ did get Q.
That's a good strategy, actually. If you can't kill the Morphling because he has Aegis, just ignore him. Go for the other people around him that are there to save him.
Kill his friends.
Yes, emotional damage. And go for a smoke right afterwards, Fnatic.
And, okay.
I like this idea.
Cold-blooded killers. Here they go.
Yeah.
See what they can find. Makoto is really quite a difficult catch. With Refresher, Ascetics Cap, which also gets refreshed, gives him another soft dispel, and of course the Lincolns, which also gets refreshed. This is not an easy kill.
No, I don't think you kill the Quap at all.
Well,
I mean, I think
maybe you don't. Maybe DJ does though.
I think Mikoto's fine. Look, Mikoto activates BKB, and he is indeed fine. Jabs, though, he might be in a pickle as he gets silenced and destroyed. Mikoto still full HP, but he's used all his spells.
Oh, there's another lasso.
There is another lasso. Someone saved the tornado. He has Aegis here. Oh no, the Invoker might have helped him a little bit here. As KP does fall. The help from Mikoto going for DJ instead because he realizes Invoker's too tough a target, but DJ at least will be killed here.
For Staff, he's got Yules and then Blink, but I don't think he gets out.
Mars Punch.
Oh, what a game.
He did get out for now, but we still have another waveform. It's really low cooldown. It's only support. DJ's getting time, but it's not enough.
I mean, you forced a couple of buybacks from Jabs and you, Talon.
Yeah, not bad.
Feeling a little shaky there. You steal the Aegis as well away from him, and you didn't, I mean, I guess you commit the refreshers. So maybe that's going to be the problem. I think Talon, they probably feel very confident in going just to push up high ground yet again right now. It seems really risky, though, with your supports that have bought back and will die very quickly and easily to the push that we've seen Fnatic execute on so far. Armel also has 8,000 friggin' gold just sitting in there. That's almost a third of his net worth, a little bit less, a fifth of his net worth. That's doing nothing for him.
That's a fourth.
It is a fourth, actually. You're right. Spend this money, man. Yeah, spend money to make money.
I mean, he's just waiting for the overwhelming blink. I understand the point. They say for buyback.
He's got 5K surplus. Yeah, it's more than enough.
Oh yeah, it is, but he can't get the courier to the secret shop.
I guess, but he was just over by the secret shop. I don't know. He needs to spend this money, man. Okay. It's burning a hole in his metaphorical pocket, in his metaphorical goblin pocket.
Because invokers do wear pants.
That he does. That he does.
Yeah, there's a lot of pockets actually. These look like good pants. This trend of society where pants now have less and less pockets every day, it's infuriating, really. Oppressive, I would say.
That should help.
I couldn't say I'm wearing cargo pants right now, so.
What are those?
Got pockets.
Oh, that's why, because the loaders use them, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Loaders.
Yeah, people that load cargo bays.
Yes.
So they need pockets to put the things in the pockets. Yeah, that makes sense.
Very true.
That's a good name for him, actually.
Fnatic have like a real shot here, by the way. I don't think this is completely out for them. They just didn't wait for this refresher orb. Maybe they look to force a fight. They get a pick off right before Roche respawns, and all of a sudden they're the ones pushing high ground with Aegis. Roche number 4 bounty.
Okay, I want to counter that a little bit because we haven't really seen them entirely. Like a lot of the issues with Talon have been blunders where those Tusk gets too close to Morphling, right? It hasn't really been them being able to deal with Morphling easily, and they haven't really responded to this Quap's insane tankiness either, which now can become the true frontliner.
Yeah, but they don't need to care about Quap. If they're killing the other people besides Morph and Quap first, which they have been executing on so far, sure, because of mistakes, whatever. Sure. Talon, I mean, Fnatic aren't going to complain about that. What are they going to say? Oh, guys, we won the game, but we didn't kill the carry first. Doesn't count? No, I mean, that's not what I'm pointing out. I'm pointing out that maybe Talon just needs to compose themselves. Well, sure, but I mean, that's what I've been telling them all game, I feel like. Sure, that's fair too. You know, like, maybe that's just how they're playing right now. Yeah. I mean, maybe not, as DJ's going to go in. Ooh, Aeon Disc and Yules, that feels bad. No, that feels pretty good, because they can kill a Tusk with this. That's the... It's a dieback. A dieback, no water scope. They did steal Lasso, though. Jabs has Lasso right now. With Ag Scepter, by the way. That doesn't matter if he just gets Lassoed instead, and he gets killed in the middle of that Lasso. KP will fall to Sonic Wave, but the second Sonic Wave, as the Morphling's trying to kill around the Drow Ranger. He's been turned into a pig, and now he's been butchered. Talon, you're right. No, I'm sorry. I was a doubter. I didn't know what to say. Like, Talon, they just haven't been playing well. Like, it's just the way it is. Fnatic, like I said, they got a real chance in this game. It's 3 heroes dead without buyback. I forgot Rubik's a core. Yeah, Fnatic is doing it. So it's 3 heroes dead. That's the one buyback that they have, with the exception of Quap. So Makoto still has buyback, but no one else does. We'll see how long of a Roche respawn this is, but this could be extremely punishing. I don't think it matters. I think you just go for it. Maybe you're right. Maybe they need to buy back on this bat and just get in there. He doesn't have Lasso or BKB, but... You know they don't have buybacks. You saw them all buy back, right? And Morphling can't go it alone. I think the question mark is going to be... Go. No, actually... Yeah, Fnatic doesn't care.
They know. They have Alacrity on a Drow Ranger.
Is under attack.
What are you supposed to do against that? Mikoto is... Oh, I forgot Mikoto was here, actually.
Dire's middle
This
tower
is-
He has no Sonic Waves. I
This
think
is a loss. I think this is an L.
I think it is an L. Yeah, deal with the tiny, but DJ, he's okay with dying as long as the Alacrity Drow Ranger can keep hitting.
This is it. Drown.
Mikoto can't annoy Gabby enough, and he's actually going to die finally.
They're going in.
They got rid of him. There's the TP as well for the Bad Rider.
I don't think it matters. This game's over, dude.
Yeah, well, the toss, maybe. An attempt by the Morphling? No, the Invoker's still hitting. Arnell will get rid of this Ancient. Fnatic, they get the victory against Talon. Fnatic, in the last series of the DPC, where nothing is at stake for them, they get the first win of the series. And Talon, if they lose this, they might lose chances to go to Lima because they have to go for tiebreakers if they lose the series.
Yeah, they're going to take that L from Lima and put it into their name because that would be real bad for them. I mean,
So that they're Talon a little?
something like that, yeah. I mean, it's not good to be Talon right now.
I was
This is
not
just-
expecting this, to be
This
honest.
is not a loss they should be taking.
I
mean,
was not expecting this at all.
Look, no disrespect to Fnatic, but every team has beat them. Like, they are 0-6. They have...
I mean, they played well here. They played much more relaxed.
And they played well. Maybe that's what the issue has been for them. Maybe there's something for them to look into here, but I mean, just not something that was expected here whatsoever.
No,
it's
not at all.
definitely quite the upset.
Yeah. You could argue there's a lot of points in the draft from Talon or even in the playstyle that was leading them to this position. Maybe you could argue they weren't taking their opponents as seriously, but like we said, you know, you're Divine 3, you're up against Divine 2, it doesn't matter, right? Or actually, in this case, you're like Immortal top 500, Immortal level 90, and there's one guy that's 89, and you go, oh, he's... Or 84, I suppose would be the case.
Yeah, I mean, kind of a very surprising result for me here. Winter did call it, though. Let's go on over to Winter in the panel to see how smug he's going to be.
I don't know if smug is the word that I'd be going for here. Oh no, never mind. Smug is definitely the word. He's look at that grin. Yeah, what do you know? I guess the offlane Rubik was a bit of a meme, Winter. I guess Talon may be a little bit too cocky.
It's not just that. I feel like the 8th pick, Queen of Pain. I mean, even though I can see and I can understand why they did it against the Bad Rider, but I feel like Queen of Pain is not a very strong hero to justify an 8th pick.
Yeah, we have not seen her. In fact, I was watching the NA DPC, and there was like an interview with Dendi, and he said that his all-time favorite hero is Queen of Pain, but he just like can't justify picking her right now. And in this game, I am also willing to give Fnatic a lot of credit. I think everyone was playing well. The Invoker was doing his part. We were struggling to come up with an MVP because like everyone was contributing pretty equally. Where was this Fnatic for the first 2.5 weeks, though?
Well, maybe they just need to play at home, not at the boot camp.
That's true. Too much stress.
The DJ was a monster, I swear. It's so hard to go in and not die. He like dodged everything with Yules and Stormcrafter.
Mm-hmm.
And this Tuskar, he had Aghanim's, but I did not see a single kick.
You had an axe?
He had Ag for like the
noticed.
last 15 minutes of the game.
Yeah,
When they pushed top Rex, when they pushed top tower, the tier 3, he had Ag.
they weren't able to get a good jump.
I mean, he always jumped and snowball, but he never kicked. So I was kind of confused. Like maybe he's never bought it before, but he plays so much +4. I would think that's not the reason.
That is true. Primarily, it has been Jabs being the Tusk player on Talon, so a little bit of unfamiliarity, perhaps. Which there was a chance, like you said, they were pushing high ground, and maybe if they do get that kick, then all of a sudden Talon get the win. But now, they have to be very, very nervous about this game too. No jokes. Go back to a standard comfort zone, and perhaps Fnatic are getting a second win, even though it doesn't really matter too much for them, other than ruining Talon's day.
Yeah, do you see the camera when the game ended? The look on their faces, you know? Why didn't we play like this last week?
I mean, they look good. They had a really good draft. You call the Invoker too. I think they're like kind of opening things up a bit. I think Talon didn't expect it too. They picked the quad for the bat, and the bat went offlane, which probably caught them by a little off guard.
Yeah, but they should know, right? Like KP plays the hero and it's...
But he hasn't played for them like throughout the...
Yeah, but if somebody is opening up with Bad Rider
I guess so,
in that kind of manner, it has to cross your mind that it might be an offlane hero.
Yeah, that's true.
Rivalry MVP goes the way of DJ, the stalwart initiator for this game number 1.
I just feel like he went in a lot, and his spellcasting was so good. Like he never died. He always Stormcrafted, dodged something. He had the static cap too.
Yeah, even in the beginning of the game, I really like how
He
how
like killed
how
the
he
pop
played.
twice.
Yeah,
went bottom.
he dragged the, I think he dragged the first wave or something, and then he at 3 minutes or 4 minutes he blocked the camp, but it got deordered. Then he made sure he body blocked it, and then after he saw that the Bat Rider could be self-sustaining himself in the lane, he could play the lane, he could farm. Then he just TP'd bottom and he got a couple of kills. I think he was pretty influential at the beginning of the game as well, before he got his dagger.
And speaking of TPing bottom, you were also very proud of 23 Savage's movement.
Oh, that guy is crazy on that move.
So he rotated to the bot lane in
He
the lane
deserved to
phase.
win the game.
And then that fight around the Roche pit where he
Became
turns
a
into the
Drow.
Drow Ranger, multi-shotster, goes into the pit, cancels CM's ult. 23 was on point this game.
He did, but it felt like at critical mass he couldn't like play because the Invoker was there. Once his BKB went out, he'll probably just die if the Drone's not dead.
Yeah, late game he just couldn't deal with the Invoker.
The fight Talon took was Jeb's stealing lasso. I think that was like KP's mistake more than anything, and he got the draw. That's the only reason like it was actually competitive, I think. Otherwise Fnatic would take fights pretty easily, I think. It's really hard for the Morph to stick onto the Draw Ranger.
Yeah, I feel like the initiations were also pretty key. Like Adam mentioned, Q didn't really get a lot of pretty good initiations for them, and they had a Quap. You know, Quap is she's gonna sit and wait. If the morphing doesn't do something to start the fight, the Quap's not gonna do anything to start the fight. He's just gonna be waiting for the fight to happen and come in and drop the spells.
The same thing with a core Rubik. Core Rubik is like,
Yeah.
I'm not really, this isn't my responsibility.
That's why I was so surprised that the Rubik was a call
I know.
instead of the Tusk.
Yeah, because who's your initiator then? It's your 4 position, which, I mean, I guess if DJ can make it happen, then the sky's the limit. But Talon need to very, very strongly reevaluate what they're coming into this series with, because Fnatic have a very devil-may-care attitude, it seems, and Talon really need to get to that major and really need to win this series to make that happen. Let's see if game number 2 takes anything differently after the break.
Three, two, one.
Very cool. The food does look nice.
It does look nice.
I'm hungry.
I know.
I remember first week we just always like started.
It was the shrimp. Every single time it was the
always
shrimp.
the shrimp.
Have you tried the shrimp?
I have not tried the shrimp, Winter. What's the shrimp like?
Oh, you can't try the
I
shrimp.
can't try the shrimp. Tell me about the shrimp.
No, you don't deserve to know.
I don't deserve to know? Wow, okay. Can you tell me about why Fnatic were looking so godlike in this game number 1? Do I deserve to know that?
They deserve to win.
They deserve to win.
I feel like Talon kicked themselves in the foot though.
Kicked themselves in the foot, shot themselves in the
Yeah.
foot. It was that was a big wound that they have to overcome because even with those 5 heroes, I feel like if you made Tusk the offlaner, Rubik the 4,
I feel like that game, ego came into play.
I think so too.
If they weren't doing so well, I feel like we would have seen like a Tusk core and a Rubik support.
That's why I was saying that. I was like, it's Jabs versus his former Fnatic teammates. He wants to flex on him with an offlane Rubik, and you're like, no, I don't think.
I mean, I can imagine him being that.
I mean, the thing is, it wasn't really like a very standout Rubik game.
Yeah.
Like, there's no like good spells to steal. He stole Lasso a few fights. I think he got avalanche like once the whole game. DJ did like a really good job of just giving him 3 grab all the time.
Yeah.
Which
that
Morphling was
about
doing
it.
anyway. Morphling
Yeah.
was turning into Tiny
Yeah,
also.
that was kind of it.
Morphling was doing overtime that game, and
Yeah.
he didn't get paid.
No. He was an unpaid intern for that game number 1. But it was interesting to see 23 Savage on a more traditional carry, because I feel like recently, well, actually, maybe that's why they lost.
He's the Morphling player, you know.
He's the Morphling player, yes, that is true, but not in the way that Talon has been doing this week 3 meta. They've been putting 23 on semi-carries, and this, yeah, Pudge, the Night Stalker.
Oh, it was the Mikoto TA. I
Yeah.
think that might have been a series-specific thing that they wanted.
True.
I might be wrong,
But I think that also was the dynamic that made Talon look the most
Yeah,
successful.
if you see how they are moving, right, when he's playing the semi-course, Q, 23 and Jabs, they always connect to each other.
Yeah,
The
which we
type-
saw this game, except he was on a Morphling, which probably shouldn't be doing as much connecting.
Yeah, and Mikoto is taking farm, but he's a co-op. He's not a TA, or he's not an invoker, he's not a win condition hero.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah. Yeah, this is a very, very...
The system of the draft for this series is definitely not the same as before, you know. That's why I feel like ego may have came into play. They're doing good. They're playing against 0-6 Fnatic. You know, what the hell, man? I am serious, you know. Wait.
I
I
have...
mean, they're 0-6, but their games were competitive though. Like, a lot of their losses
Yeah,
were...
but maybe not to them, you know. To them, it's more like a mindset thing. How can we possibly lose to a team that's 0-6?
0-6.
And then they're just trying, oh, this is
I
going
mean,
to be
if
good.
that's your mindset, you don't deserve to go to the major, honestly. I don't think so.
I mean, I'm just speculating. You know,
Yeah.
looking at how they're picking the heroes, what they're prioritizing, and just, you know, I don't feel like they gave Fnatic the respect that they deserve that game, in terms of the way they drafted. Go dance there. The floor is there.
I'm good. I don't want to get us
You'll be
banned on
blocked by the
Twitch.
draft. Oh, Bad Rider ban by Fnatic.
Okay.
So
Treant
they pick
Protector?
a tree.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Or the Rubik.
I would take the Rubik.
Huh?
I think that's fair.
Okay.
I think that's fair. DJ loves this hero.
Then why do they want to ban the Bad Rider so quickly?
Yeah.
So Talon can pick Trent.
Okay. Because Talon has lost every game with Trian.
I don't know, Trent has not won today, I believe.
I mean, Treant is still overall an amazing hero right now.
Yeah, it's true.
I think I'm curious actually what the global stats are up to now, because he was almost the most picked hero, I think 2 or 3 days ago. Right now, the most picked hero... Oh, never mind. Rubik is still ahead by a country mile. 170 picks. Second place is Tusk with 139 picks. Although Tusk has a terrible win rate. I think China actually is to blame for this. I saw it, and China has won like 1 out of 9 Tusk games.
Oh my.
So they not know what to do with the hero. Globally, the hero has a 44% win
You
rate.
have to filter the hero out. The support role games, take it out. Just keep the core roles in.
You
the
think
stats.
he's only good as a core?
I like him as a
I
support.
think he's better as a core. I would prefer him.
I think he's better as a core also, but I don't know like if 4 and the core positions would have that big of a win rate differential. I've seen 4 Tusk win quite often.
Oh,
Treant Tiny.
What's going on?
probably just a cute tiny.
But they don't really open like this, you know, like with two supports when they're
The
on
tiny is
second
weird,
base.
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. But
It's the flex, right?
there's
guess.
too much flexing here going on here. They just need to draft how they were drafting last couple of series. So they go for the DP, 8th pick here. Are pretty good against, if the tiny is called, you know, then DP is going to be very good against that.
KP's been a really good DP as well. I would think this is the Fnatic lane, straight up.
Yeah, pretty much any safe laner would hate to go up against this.
So right now, they're just going to ban the safe laners they can lane against DP, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
NP, Lina, Sniper maybe. You care Sniper, you don't. What else is there? I guess our heroes are like heroes that do like sort of okay in lane and then kind of just go jungle. Some Terrorblade.
Yeah.
Oh, which is also removed. Alright, what's gonna happen here? Talon's gonna pick Visage. And then Fnatic's gonna pick Coddle Bristleback.
You keep recommending Bristleback. Need I remind you the hero is uncontested? Actually,
It was picked today.
it was picked today. Where?
Yeah, it was in the Boom series. The SMG series.
Somebody's snoozing.
Did they win?
Yeah, they won.
What?
Very 2-0.
What is up with Southeast Asia? They picked like the 3 remaining on. It was like Meepo, Bristleback. What was the other one? There was one other hero that was Trash Can, and they picked it.
Clinks. No, Clinks.
No,
is
Clinks,
not.
Clinks is actually the only hero that remains unpicked in the entire DPC.
It was Clinks and something.
Was it Grimstroke?
Was it Elder Titan?
Grim, yeah.
Oh,
Grim,
it's Elder Titan, you're
Grim
right.
ET, yeah, we saw both these heroes.
No. ET was picked by OG.
Oh yeah, yesterday. Yesterday was, the day before.
Whatever the case, SEA is going crazy, but they actually won with the Bristle. That's crazy. I actually missed that game in the
We
morning.
played Bristle Coddle against a Beastmaster, I think it was Hoodwing or Rubik lane.
Yeah, the beast,
Yeah,
the
Beast just
Bristol
couldn't
was
play
like
Dota.
standing on the enemy ancient camp, like at
The
minute
whole game,
8,
yeah.
minute 10.
Was the Beastmaster stacking it?
His teammate,
Oh, you hate to see it.
They do.
yeah, the Beastmaster was,
It's a very cool
Practically
idea though,
AFKing.
because you like technically just take his area.
yeah.
So if Talon really wanted to meme, they should have picked Clinks. Then every single hero in the entire game would have been picked at
That's
least
true,
once in the DPC.
jabs Clinks.
The Jabs Clinks.
Undying ban. Not too surprising, but I would say Fnatic has exclusively picked this against Visage. And I feel like Talon, like they say it's DP, they also have a melee post 4, they probably want something like that. Fnatic thinks the same, we see with the Viper ban. Which is also good against Bristleback, by the way.
You might be onto something.
I actually feel like I am, but I feel like I'm just being convincing, that's all.
You present a strong case.
Yeah.
I would like to subscribe to your newsletter.
Would you give him?
His
Would
room
you,
looks
would you
so
give him
sad.
a budget for his pitch? You know, if he's pitching so
It's
convincing.
a Shark Tank type situation. Tell me, Adam. Tell me why Bristleback is good. Well, sir.
How much equity?
I mean, they have
give
no
him?
damage, right? If they have Visage.
Yeah.
Do it.
So,
Come on, guys.
Coddle Bristleback.
I mean, what else is good? There's no Monkey, no Undying. I mean, they can do Sniper +1, which was their original answer to this.
I mean, Gyro used to be a thing against this.
Nah, Gyro's not a hero.
You think Bristle's more of a hero than Gyro?
Yes. They might also go Sniper +1. I can see that. But I do hope they go Bristle because they have this DP, right? Like they kind of.
Yeah,
I like the draft a
The
lot.
draft
more.
looks good together. Then they just need to finish up with some Conquer, Pango. So they're
I
called.
also like Coddle against Trion because you can kind of scout him in the trees.
But Ursa.
Not too bad, but I think it's hard to fight. Because the Visage just stone forms and
Yeah.
you're kind of stuck in the middle.
Yeah.
It's very awkward.
I feel like you need like an in hero. Like I don't like Ursa against this. You need more like a slippery hero.
They also don't really need Roche right now. Got it covered.
Yeah, with the DP.
Maybe more team fight.
Team fight with Cap.
They banned out
Carry with
Viper,
team
maybe
fight.
Spectre?
I think the Viper ban was because they just felt like Talon wanted a range core. Like an annoying lane. No, it's CM Ursa. No. Actually, I picked it with Drow just now, right? They might just pick a range hero.
I mean, is that good against Visage? Draw?
No. You don't remove stacks from what I understand. Also, once the Visage get eggs, he just kind of goes on you.
Ah,
I would have preferred the CM Bristleback or Coral.
yeah, I prefer Bristleback. But
Yeah.
I mean, TA against the Visage.
So, once again, another flex. I like Tia against Trian and Tiny. Removes your refraction. Living armor is super annoying. But it's an easy lane. Refraction against Soul Assumption.
Yeah, that's true. At least before the birds come out.
Yeah. Curious about the CM though. Like, aren't there bear heroes?
Seems like comfort.
No,
Yeah,
I think CM is pretty strong. I like CM in the current meta. I mean, I know it's not picked a lot, but I feel like the hero just does a lot in the game, like with the spells and pretty decent lane.
Helps you stay on the map too.
Yeah, it helps you stay on the map with the aura. Good team.
Oh, okay,
Wait,
alright. Visage is
What's
fine
this?
because they have Visage. So Visage gets the Luna Blessing, right? On the
Oh,
birds.
so that's the.
That's
wait.
the strat.
Is that the axe or what? What was
No, it's just the third
Oh, just the
spell.
aura.
The aura, yeah. Visage gets the aura, and on top of that, Luna's pretty good against DP. Because you can't really run into a Luna.
Visage has been picked 4 times in the entire DPC. 75% win rate.
SEA or
Shiro in China played him once. The Hawk played him once in Eastern Europe. Arteezy played him once in North America. And South America played him once.
no 33 Visage?
No 33.
So what do you pick with the mid hero in this kind of strat?
Talon? You just
Yeah.
need a spirit, right? Or you put a tiny mid, that works too. I would like to see a spirit though. Just Ember, Pango.
Ember got banned.
I mean, is the combo Underlord Visage still viable?
No, you don't want that, I think. you just want a hero that enables
Man,
your lineup. Just
Man,
some
I
catch.
remember that shit happening a while ago.
What was the combo?
I mean, you get the aura and
Trophy aura?
the atrophy
with
aura,
eggs.
the axe, and then the
Oh,
birds
right.
have the damage.
Yes.
And then they just destroy all the buildings.
I
I
mean,
feel like-
we used to see Marcy sidekick on.
Oh, that's true too.
players.
Tiny mid, Marcy +4. I don't hate it. I think it's pretty good actually.
Yeah.
I like Phoenix more with their lineup though.
Yeah.
Phoenix, Trian, and then
I can see it.
they have like a good team fight control, and the Tiny just had.
But they are very reliant on balling because the Phoenix Train.
I mean, they have Luna Visage, you know, they're gonna ball.
Yeah, but Dota right now, you can't just like straight up run down towers as 5, you know, you still need to play a game.
Tiny's gonna play that game, kill some heroes, you know, some CM, some
I don't
DP.
hate the Phoenix.
I mean,
Very good
their,
against.
their heroes are not very good at killing.
Yeah, Phoenix is like super good against DP because if the DP hits you, the ghost hit the egg.
And TA.
Yeah.
Burn through
Oh, I
refraction.
see.
Yeah, it's good against Tassin lane too, you know,
Yeah.
the fire spirits.
But for Fnatic, what are they gonna pick an off laner, or the DP is gonna be mid?
I
mean,
would
the
think
off-
it's
that's the same thing.
just offlane DP. I think it makes more sense to pick Armel or Gabby's hero here.
So they need an initiator.
There you go. Initiator.
Still don't know where they're going though. I could see Primal or DP go mid.
Yeah, it's very flexible, all their lanes.
I
And
would-
that's good.
I would like the Primal mid, something similar to what your Punch did last game, just ran around to both side lanes. Because I think Fnatic has like really good 2 side lanes that just want to stay there and dominate their lane.
I also like this because it does seem like Talon were gearing up to send the Tiny mid, and Tiny doesn't really want to have to deal with Primal or DP mid.
I think I hate DP more if I'm the Tiny mid.
Yeah.
What's Talon's pick here? Caudle.
You don't like the Phoenix anymore?
Nice talker.
Marky, okay, there you go, tiny mid. Alright, so they're kind of all in on this buff the bird strat.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna come down a lot to like how Tiny's game goes and how much he can impact the lanes. Because I feel like the silence on Talon's pretty hard,
Yeah,
and
they have a very heavy.
and the Primal Beast
heavy
is
draft.
gonna come at you, you know.
Everyone else is very heavy, you know. They don't really move around. They just sit down there and wait for something to happen. And if Tiny doesn't get a good game, this game it will be very hard for them. Like, who's going mid for Fnatic?
DP.
Oh, it's DP against. Oh my god, this game is hard, man. I think
But I think the Primal lane is Primal Tusk. I don't know, is it a good lane? It feels hard.
it doesn't feel good.
Because Leech Seed, right? Like
Yeah.
they just fight you. Luna Trian
Then
is
he
so
just
strong.
I think he can just pull creep and survive the lane. You know, I don't feel like it's that important for the PB to have a very good start, but it's really important for the Tiny to have a good start with this lineup. And I feel like Tiny's gonna get shat on in the early game.
Alright, I'm gonna go with Talon.
Not
Just because the DP is not off lane and Primal's not mid. I would have liked the mid Primal a lot.
No, we're going home early today.
Are you putting the score lines in your minds, or are you just looking at the 10 heroes on the board right
Just
now?
the 10 heroes.
Just the
I'm
10
looking at the heroes.
Are you the winner?
I'm presenting you with my ideas, you know. I'm presenting you with the points where I'm bringing up.
Yeah, we're going home point.
My point is, I want to go to sleep. That's the point.
My point is Tiny has to win his lane to have a good game, man. I don't see the Tiny winning his lane against the DP.
Okay, that is a very realistic analysis of the game. Avo and Seek. Is Winter lying to me?
Well, yeah, I mean, he can't go home early if this goes to game 3. It's the last game and we're casting it. It's going to game 3.
Also, Winter, we're still going after drinks, mate. You're coming with us. It's not up to you. You're not going home.
I have his car keys, guys.
He does like to leave him around. Yeah.
We'll hold him hostage, don't worry. We'll see how game number 2 goes. Avo and Richie, it's all you.
I'd be
Okay.
surprised if this is 2-0.
Really?
Yes.
I'm with Winter. Not his biased outlook, but I think it's a 2-0. I am with him on the Tiny analysis.
Yeah.
I feel like this Visage Luna is okay, but not the greatest thing in the world.
Sure.
You have nothing
especially
to move the game.
especially in this patch.
Yes, exactly. You have nothing to move the game.
Yeah.
And oh, lo and behold, you have a bunch of push, but who cares if TA is blowing you up?
Okay. I don't necessarily disagree with you if you're simply looking at these 2 teams, these 10 heroes, excluding everything that's happened over the past 3 weeks.
Right, like if you cover the logos.
Well, and if you're just tuning in for the very first time, then yeah, I agree. I agree completely. You'd be right. But I don't think that's accurate considering the game we just saw, considering what's on the line for Talon, considering what Fnatic have to play for. I mean, did you see their player cams after they won the game?
What, Fanatics?
Yeah.
I mean, there was a smile from KP.
That's about it, though. I mean, like, it's
but
not.
Oh,
I mean, I know it's a game 1. You know, listen, I'm not trying to do the whole Kyle whatever stuff, right?
What is the
Remember
Kyle?
after, like, he made a tweet about, like, oh, you got to rein it in after you win only 1 game after.
Oh,
this,
right.
that's, yeah. Like, I'm not trying to, like, read into it, you know, like, it's silly, but, like, they're not even all playing together. Like, I don't know, man. Like, we'll see. Like, it is, the C teams like to ruin other C teams. Yes, very true, but I don't see that happening here. I think for Talon, that's a kick in the pants, you know? There's a wake-up game. And guess what? They're definitely going to be awake here.
Okay. I think the draft's determined a lot here, and I don't know if they're awake, honestly.
I think they are. I think it'll be fine. I disagree with your point that you cannot play around any hero on this map. I think you definitely can.
You can play around Tiny.
No, I think that's wrong. I think around the first 20 minutes, sure. But after that, you're playing around the familiars, right? You're getting Luna in this deathball push, you're giving them sidekick, and you're getting everyone in range to push. That's what they're playing around.
All right, we'll see.
We'll see if it works, right? Because there's a lot of counterplay here, and of course, Tiny's going to have a hard game. That's obviously not out of the question. John Wall, I thought, was going to die there and said maybe they turned for Gabby. This is, like, not good for Gabby.
Why is Gabby there? Why is Gabby there? He's gonna die.
Okay.
Was he getting the rage if he was?
So he actually thought that they were going to try and kill Jean Noel instead. And then Talon were like, wait a second, Gabby's not moving. We can kill him. And
Doesn't he only have side blades though?
Yes. But again, there was a 3-bar soul assumption ready, and Jean Noel was on half HP. So I thought for a second, much probably like how Gabby thought, they were going to try and kill Jean Noel, and instead they just killed Gabby instead because he didn't move.
Sure.
It was just, I don't know. It's kind of what I mean. Like, I think Talon they much more have a killer edge here. Like, they're down 0-1. They're literally 1 match away from qualifying to the major. For Fnatic, like, yeah, they're playing to win, of course.
Oh, they're starting to
professional.
play tiebreakers.
No, if they win, they're in. If Talon wins, they're in.
Really?
Yes, because they'd have 5 points, and only one team can equal them for 5 points.
And they would be them? Oh, right, because Geek Slate. Right,
Yeah, because Geek Slate and what was it, Blacklist play each other, right?
Right. So if they win, then the tiebreakers tomorrow will only be for positions, not for Lima Mage.
Right. They're in for the major. And then, I mean, yeah, sure, $1,000 or $2,000, whatever it is, it makes a little bit of a difference. But, like,
No, I see
considering what's
your
at stake
point.
with the major, like, there is much more to play for here. Whereas if they lose, there is a genuine chance that they don't go to the major.
Yeah, because they also tiebreak against either Blacklist or Geek Slate, right?
Yeah.
So that's not looking very good.
And considering that you just lost to Fnatic, like, that would certainly shake my confidence. Again, no disrespect to Fnatic, but they'd be 1-6. You lost to the 1-6 team and you're playing for the major?
It's happened before.
It has.
Particularly happens every season to Beast Coast.
Yes.
Or now they're no longer together.
Old Beast Coast. Ding.
Old Beast
There
Coast.
it is.
Yeah. I didn't mention, Whisper plays the Rubik off.
There it is.
Did you know that?
I did know that.
Whisper who's currently in EG, so it's not a ding anymore.
No, it's not. But the mid lane is looking sufficiently hard as we expected, right? Makoto is kind of getting beat back by this Armel DP. Fnatic certainly have a much more clear condition to play around in the early game, which is certainly going to give them a lot of steam that they might be able to continue to kind of flex this game around. I think the biggest question mark is how well is Gabby going to be able to do in this lane, especially once the familiars come out, especially once he's already taken a death. And Maiden is not going to be able to soak levels in this lane at all. She'll just die. So once this lane hits level 6, I think like either the DP comes and saves the day, or you just have to abandon the lane and let this Visage get online. That's exactly what Talon are drafting for.
Okay. I will say as well that Winter lied to me a little bit because this Tiny is not struggling whatsoever against this DP.
He's struggling in the regen department. I think he's so much struggling to apply pressure. He's not really struggling to still find gold and money. The tossbacks have been on point.
Yeah, Makoto's been doing fine, honestly. And as long as this Tiny gets farm, I feel like the strategy does work for Talon, though. So that's for the
well,
mission.
just going to die top lane. Another kill there for Jabs. Not much.
Points in the soul assumption, huh?
Yeah, that's actually something you don't see too much.
Yeah, usually you max the Grave Chill, and then you go for 1 point of Gekko's Cloak and the Soul Assumption.
Usually something like 3-1-1 is pretty normal. And of course the ulti at 6. Yeah, that is quite unusual. Maybe they're really trying to just get kills. I mean, you've got a couple really good kill targets here, being the DP, who is very vulnerable to these kinds of nukes, right? Especially because she's used to just tanking up the damage. Spirit Siphon, of course, or Soul Assumption works off of any hero damage taken, including your allies, and Spirit Siphon is certainly going to give you lots of charges. So maybe they're trying to revitalize this build. It's been a long time since I've seen this. Even support Visages, in the very rare instances I've seen them, do not prioritize this ability.
Really? Did they go for Grave Chill over Soul Assumption?
Yeah, because it's the move flow is better. And then you sap attack speed, which makes trading much better.
I guess that's true, actually.
Right?
It is a pretty nice, really nice
combo.
I just like
Yeah.
winning. I don't consider myself a player.
That's what I've been, a bit surprised by. But it's working out. I mean, Q and Jabs, the lane pressure that they're going to be able to apply here, especially with this Orb of Venom early, is going to be immense. I don't think really Fnatic are going to be ready to salvage this top lane, especially since Makoto, so far, he's getting especially levels. I mean, the gold eventually will come, and then he'll get his Blink Dagger online, right? But in the early game, it's all about these levels. So if he wants to match the rotations of Armel, he'll be able to nuke him down with high points and Avatos. Like, it's I think, a little scary, especially if you were going to pair it with now level 2 Soul Assumption. I think it stays at level 2. I'd be surprised if it went any higher. I'm even still quite surprised at the second point. I was just giving it a use case scenario. I'm being honest with you.
Sure. I mean, I think the lane is going way too well for what a TA lane should be, to be honest. I feel like that lane should be much easier. They're abusing the CM a lot, so I actually don't mind too much if you go for full nuke here and you just build auras, if you're planning on like snowballing super early, because after all, especially if Savage goes for points in Lunar Blessing, you could bunch up much earlier than even giving credit for.
That's right. I think the problem with wanting to go for this max Soul Assumption build is that it requires people to take literally hundreds of damage per charge, right? And early on, like, your team isn't really all that tanky. Like, who's taking that damage? I guess Tiny, maybe? Like, someone has to tank the damage for you to get...
You have a Treant, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's doable, right? But I think it's a little counterintuitive. Here's a rotation already, by the way, out from Fnatic. They will send DJ to try and alleviate some pressure.
Okay.
I think it should be 2-1-1. 2-2-2, 2-2-1, sorry.
2-2-1, yeah. Q. As a rebound, that Ice Shards will never work on
They're
Marcy.
going to kill DJ for this.
They will certainly try. Ollie sets up the Nature Scratch, not the
Wasn't
best.
good, no.
And that allows DJ to walk away. They still have Leech Sheet, and they can still continue this, but there's no rebound, unfortunately, and Dispose is just not that great anymore.
Who do you think's happier alone down bottom, KP or 23? Because now
I don't
obviously...
think it matters, actually. I think they're both in the same. Like, I'm with the Winter Camp, where I don't think it matters if the Crown Beast gets a good lane, and I feel like Luna can deal with this fine. Top lane, though, Gabby's a target once again. Has Refraction, but there's a lot of damage over time here. Finally gets away from Nature's Scratch thanks to the Dispose, and Gabby will fight Jab head on and win in exchange for his life, but he does get the experience before he dies. They actually use the armor on Q.
Yeah, didn't get the Soul Assumption off there, and they would have, and probably still died, but at least you get the favorable trade there if you're Talon, so that hurts a little bit. I actually think KP's a little bit happier here down bottom, and the only reason I'll say is because he gets levels faster, and Luna, sure, she'll go, to the jungle and then hit creeps much more efficiently, but KP wants this next point in trample. He wants this point to pulverize, and then he's online. And he gets that much slower, obviously, if he's dual laning. You can see 23. I mean, he's fine. 23 doesn't die to this, I think, speaking of dying, as DJ does, but I think KP's happy with the solo lane.
Also, in that he is considering what the 5th point is going to be in for now. Jabs not hasn't put it into anything. That kill, by the way, onto the TA. It was odd that you dispose her out of Nature's Grasp, because that was actually stopping the refraction from coming out.
Yeah.
But, you know, they'll revise that for the next assault on the TA.
I'd be really surprised if it was Soul Assumption. I don't know.
I mean, he's holding on to it.
I know, and I see he is.
Armel activated the Exorcism to go mid, but there's still a couple creeps on the way, which means this Exo is not going to do too much damage to towers. Armel? He's starting to take advantage of this catapult.
Yeah, he's nearby too.
Yeah, there's no way they're going to let him do this. He's not getting away with this Exorcism. It's just going to be, I mean, I want to say wasted to put a little bit of pressure, but that was it. 23 Savage, he meets with DJ, gets the Bounty Rune. DJ could be aggressive here. Onslaught has an incredible range, but DJ used to join back with his Primal Beast if he wants to live for now. As 23 just gives him a warning shot here of the Lucent Beam.
So curiously enough, I've just given a quick scroll through the Dota 2 Pro Tracker skill builds on Visages, and the only people I see consistently going for this it'd be, 2-1-2 builds actually on Visage are mostly Eastern Europeans.
2-2-1, I mean.
Well, 2-1-2 at level 3, right? So that second point in Soul Assumption is the surprising one. At level 5, I see literally no one taking the next. Oh, hold on, I found one. It was Vitali, actually, funnily enough.
Oh, he's a good Visage player.
But
DJ? DJ? Dead.
Yeah. So we'll see what he decides. For the most part, you see a handful of games where you see the second point in Soul Assumption at 3, but it's very rare to see it at 5. So this would be a significant deviation from even the
Again, he's not taking it at anything right now, so he's just saving it. He hasn't really decided yet.
Kind of surprised. I mean, he's sitting on max mana. You might as well just take the point in Grave Chill and farm faster with it.
Sure. Jabs is chilling though. He's not Grave chilling.
He's Bing chilling.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Really? Is Bing like the search engine?
No.
Not in that situation.
And I know, there it is. Okay, so he's taking the points in the ultimate now, summon familiars, of course.
And the Grave Chill.
And the Grave Chill. Okay, so it's going to be pretty normal from here.
2-2-1, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what Bing chilling means. Careful, though.
Jabs. He still has the cloak. No longer the cloak. Has the box of the familiars for now, though. He wants to cover himself.
Gabby just ran in, huh?
Yeah, he did. And he got stunned afterwards. 23 Savage. He's coming in pretending as an Eclipse. He did not level it, though. But DJ certainly is scared. 2 points in Lucent Beam, though, makes him deal a lot of damage. And that will kill off DJ. I like this play a lot. I love when a Luna will bait out saying, oh, no, I have my ultimate. Yeah, of course. Haven't seen it?
Oh, you must have missed it, then.
It must have missed it, sir. I have it. But then the moment you see the Lucent Beam dealing more than like the, bare 80 damage, you go, I don't think she has her ultimate. You can actually calculate her points really easily.
It's my favorite thing as well when Rubik's steal a Eclipse, but there's no points in Lucent Beams, and it's just a light show. A harmless light show.
How's that possible?
Well, because you can activate Eclipse even if you have no points in Lucent Beam.
Why would you ever do that?
Well, for the lulz.
Oh, okay. There's like the Purge old video of him with a Rubik.
When the Moonduck crew completely trolled a Rubik and they took.
No, that was before Moonduck, right? That was even before that. That was the Purge Blitz days.
Good time.
Back when they were on Zephyr.
Oh, what a team name.
I think maybe even before. Anyway, that was a very
long ago.
That was before this UI was a thing.
Yeah, well before. This UI is still kind of new, isn't it?
Yes. I remember Enigma with only stats. I think that's what Purge was playing. That's Dota history right there, folks.
That's true. I think that's second to Cap and Blitz bullying a Troll Warlord as Silencer and making so that he didn't have enough ints to cast his ultimate.
Yeah, I remember that one too. Yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious. Fnatic, though, down to 1-6. Farming pretty nicely, though. Gabby coming along pretty well. Along with Armel, they're actually the 2 richest cores in the game, as far as net worth goes. However, it is Jabs going for this fairly standard Vlad's offering build. Might even see, and for good reason, I'd say, against the physical damage of the TA, a Wraith Pact this game. We'll see what he decides to queue up next, just to queue for some more auras. Would you consider a pipe? I don't see pipe being that strong this game, to be honest.
It's also not great on the Visage, like you pointed out in a previous cast.
It's not, but he actually still went for pipe after because it was a good pipe game.
Because it was against Lesh, right?
Yeah.
I think it was.
Something like that. And
yeah, but a lot of damage over time, particularly when pipe is better. But here you have a lot of instances of singular magical burst.
Yep. And we'll have a couple more instances coming his way. There's a smoke gank out from Fnatic, looking to close the door on this. Q will get out in time. The familiars will be scouted. Those are worth a pretty penny.
Yeah, 100 gold each.
They'll let them go in hopes that they can catch a bigger fish.
But they're not going to find a bigger fish, nor a bigger bird.
Nope. Mech completed for KP as he continues to just kind of farm in this bot lane area. You can see the remains of what was from that smoke now coming back to this mid lane, where we see Makoto shoving out wave after wave here with his power treads going into the Blink Dagger, which will be online within the next couple of minutes. So that's going to be probably the go time here for Talon off the tiny Blink Dagger. I think first item that they want to play around for Fnatic, I'm not so sure. Blink Dagger for DJ is still about 1,000 gold away. There's a Deso for TA. Usually you don't see her join fights immediately with that item unless it's convenient for her.
Yeah, usually just go for the 2 damage items earlier because you can farm more efficiently there. Also, Fnatic is a really nice like 15-20 minute timing. I don't think they're too concerned with.
Yeah, exactly.
Kills.
I still think, like I said before, this TA kind of feels good to fight with on your third item, whether it's Blink or BKB. And I still think that rings true here.
See, there's no plays though for Talon. Like besides pushing and like joining together and shoving away, they have nothing until Tiny gets Blink.
Oh, well, now he's got it. 13 minutes, not bad at all. 12 and a half, really. It depends on what you count when it's delivered, when it's bought. I don't know.
Yeah, Winter really underestimated how well this Tiny would do against the DP. He's fine.
Yeah, he is totally fine. And 23 as well is farming up very nicely. I think that's a full Yasha about to be... Oh, no, actually, just the Blade of Alacrity. But he's getting there. And it's not the first Yasha, or actually the first Blade of Alacrity he's going to build, because it's into the Dragonlance first, pardon me. KP farming some big old stacks here, though. I think it already has full of... what's it called? Guardian Greaves, yeah, coming his way.
Radiant's middle
Just a little bit further behind on the Blink. The Talon seems like this first smoke out from them is not going to be too successful. Makoto is just going to block out the rest of the smoke duration.
Yeah, which means Makoto now has to choose whether to reveal the Blink Dagger by going to a lane and continue farming, or play to this timing, but which doesn't really work out.
It's probably an aggressive move down bottom. They're going to try and give the boot to Ollie here. KP charging up the onslaught. He'll head in first, but I think Ollie's avoided it.
Oh, well predicted though. Almost got Ollie, and now you broke all the trees. Now you know where Ollie is. Pulverize. You tried to overgrowth before you pulverized him. We have a Walrus Punch, but it's not used in time. DJ, a little bit slow on that Walrus Punch, allows the overgrowth to come out.
Yeah, it's a 100-second cooldown ability though, right? So not the worst trade. No BKBs committed, just the Pulverize, which has a relatively short cooldown. And just the tough time your way is seeing DJ a little bit sore there, really wants to get this Blink Dagger online, would give him a nice counter initiation against the Tiny, not to mention the potential snowball saves that he could be going for.
There's a smoke by Fnatic. They're playing around this. Oh no, I was gonna say there's a later time, but it's not. It's Greaves, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess it has to be Greaves. There's also a full Wraith Pact finished up by Jabs, by the way, who might end up being caught by this smoke. That is unless Fnatic decide to hook around here for the Tier 1 tower.
That's what they seem to be doing. They want to go for a simple kill right now. They see Makoto, though. That's a much more valuable one. Onslaught first. Q is on the way. They have Pulverized, though. KP catches up to the Tiny. And it's difficult for Q to get close. And Q, well, actually, instead face a different hero. Trying to kill him in time. DJ saves himself with a snowball. For now, alive thanks to all the healing for the Greaves. Q and Makoto are down.
Yeah, and the Freezing Field did work there. Not only that, I think we're going to get these familiars.
Frostbite. I forgot about that.
Plus 200. He just resummoned those as well, so Jabs is going to be hurting for 2 minutes here without his familiars. You are not a hero right now on Visage.
Winter better start fighting for those keys.
Maybe.
Look, the Tiny got stopped. They didn't make any moves. They bunched up first. They're already playing on the Greaves timing. It's looking pretty good for Fnatic.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I don't think this game is by any means completely under their control, but they are certainly starting to cross off a couple of things that might have been on a worried laundry list of things that Talon could have, hit them with.
Worried laundry list. What is that?
Oh, it's like when you have at a really important date, like I don't know, could it be like a romantic day, could be like an interview, and you don't have a clean shirt, and you're like, I need to wash this shirt, and it needs to dry in time. That's what a worried laundry list is for me. Or you get hired for an event, and then you're like, oh man, none of my suits are clean or dry or ironed.
Sorry, you have to wash your suits before the event?
Yes, make sure you actually, it's the same way you wash your dishes. So make sure you put them in there into the sink with soap and water.
So you soak them?
Yeah, you soak them. Exactly.
But suits, I thought suits, you can only dry clean them, which means you just air them out, right? That's what dry cleaning
air
is?
them out. And the vacuum cleaner actually is pretty good.
That's what I used to. That's what I used to.
I thought so. I could tell. Makoto?
It's because they keep shrinking anyway. Got rooted here. Walrus Punch.
Great
He'll die.
Great silence prevents the overgrowth. Not like there was much of a chance there out for Talon to counter-initiate. This is getting...
If Fnatic wins this
well, why is that funny, huh?
Because it's just they've played at 50 to 75%, and they're at 100% when they get the chance to screw over another team.
Dude, look, honestly, I've seen Fnatic make
Radiant
better moves. I
stand.
just think it's Talon with not a good draft.
Okay, that's fair.
Like, I don't know. Like, there's no...
You were defending it earlier, sir.
I was defending it earlier because I think they're going to win. I think they need to win. I think they know they want to win, but they're just not really showing it, though. I mean, play around this Tiny, for God's sake.
Yeah, the first smoke failing was a big deal.
Why is he only smoking with one person? That's your big power spike here on this team. It opens up the rest of the map.
I agree, I agree.
It allows Jabs to get his next item for you guys to continue pushing.
KP.
Why has it taken this long?
AP, oh, okay. And also when you blink like that.
What?
It's okay,
Maybe,
it's okay.
maybe they're stressed. Maybe they're stressed.
They might be stressed. Oh, they're pushing him to the low ground though. Things will dispose, but that's a great silence here. They just initiate with the exorcism. They trample a Treant, and they pulverize a Treant. Now going for Mikoto next. Wraith Tech though is reducing a lot of the damage. Finally done with. Mikoto is going to get burnt afterwards. Zhao Nuel is looking for jabs. Freezing Field to get through his cloak. And now I think they're actually deciding for 23 Savage first. Now Jabs is the target. Jabs gets a slow off, immediately frostbitten, immediately killed.
Talon are absolutely crumbling right now. I mean, I don't even know what to say, man.
It's sort of the chance of the major.
They once again, I mean, hey, they're still not out of it even if they lose this.
They have to go to tiebreaker.
They have to go to tiebreakers. However, I mean, I don't know what it is, if this is like the first Visage game in a while for Mr. Jabs. But I mean, he is just not doing anything with these familiars in the fights. They're just getting absolutely cleared instantly.
Look, it does not feel like a good Visage game.
I mean, it's not the worst Visage game I've ever seen, to be honest, but like, they're just never in the right position. He's not using them for scouting. Talon are really going for some super haphazard engagements. Now they've just lost Roche prior to 20 minutes. They're going to lose Marcy as well.
Yeah, but I feel like this Visage...
Maybe they get... Okay, the Gabby out of position here.
Yeah, but he's still killing Mikoto though. Overgrowth, to stop Gabby. He stuns Aegis, however. Charnwell, Frostbite, doesn't save Gabby. But there's reinforcements coming. Cavalry is slowly getting there. Onslaught, not ready though. And there's the Eclipse. Charnwell will tank this first teammate. Gabby, do not go back in. Okay. He considered it for a second to commit suicide, but he didn't choose to.
Oh, they're just going to ignore Ali. The disrespect onto my boy Treant. They're going
with the Onslaught. They have the...
Yeah, they have Pulverize, and now they've got the gap close.
That's perfect. Pulverize now hits him. Walrus Punch for a little more damage. Bang him against the floor. That's a dead 23 seconds.
And Ali is going to be killed off in the meantime by Armel, who did at least go back to kill the tree. Yes, the respect kill. Top lane, they're not done though. DJ is going to go down.
Yeah, without diving a tower, and they know they have free reign to just go
and Mikoto just used Blink as well.
KP maybe was a little bit overzealous. There's nobody nearby except for Gabby, and Gabby can't really help him. KP's just hoping to tank this. Thanks to his Vanguard, he'll be able to. Q rebounds onto him. The stun though lacks damage, and that means that KP will live. Mikoto's still under tower. Gabby's considering going onto him. He's already slowed him because of the trap, but luckily has a Blink dagger and will be able to get away.
Yeah, Jabs just needs to realize right now with level 1 familiars, he's literally doing nothing to KP because he has Vanguard, Helm of the Iron Will, and 2008. Like, he needs to stop doing that. He needs to get onto Gabby and get through those refraction charges. He realized that halfway through, but
go ahead.
I mean, that's what I've been seeing him do for the past, well, at least this engagement. And he needs to switch up on that priority. He needs to force Jean-Noel out of the fights. He needs to force Gabby out from these fights and at least give another stun condition to give some front line to his core. His Visage is low-key a little bit of a frontliner. He's deceptively tanky, but only if enemies have a reason to be scared of you.
I just want to point out that back to the whole Visage is not the greatest hero this game pick. You have Primal Base, which kills your familiars almost by accident sometimes, right? Yeah. In addition to the DP and TA, which do similar things, so the Side Blades or the Exorcism, right? Yeah. The CMS Frostbite, which is always great. And Snowball is like the easiest ability to use to evade the bonks. There's no way you're getting a bonk, right?
I mean, I think there's a chance.
It feels like you forced this combo in of the you know, Visage, Luna, Marcy.
They did. I mean, just remember that once we get this last point in Gravekeeper's Cloak, the familiars do share that 80% damage block, and they only lose it if Jabs loses it as well, right?
Oh, you only get it when you're maxed?
No, I mean, right now they're at, what, 16 by 4? What is 16 by 4?
64.
Yeah, so right now they have 64% damage resist. If Jabs is at 4 stacks, they inherit that trait from Visage.
Oh, okay. So Visage is an object-oriented program.
Yes, exactly.
I see.
Yes, exactly. Very, very glad I was able to clear that up for you. And basically, you know, if he's out of range, and this is why the nerf to Gravekeeper's Cloak was so big. They reduced the range, I think, from 1200 to 900 on the aura, which meant that you can no longer go for these super easy, cheesy pushes that we used to see Visages go for all the time. In fact, he might just die again here. There's a smoke play. DJ, blink in.
Yep, Onslaught 2. with a snowball. They're stacking the stuns nicely. Tramples a lot of damage over time. That's going to be Gateway Scope out. And he's going to deal with the Wraith Pack for an extra 100 gold.
Yeah.
Zhao's trying. The Wolves are... Oh, man. The Wolves stole the gold from Zhao.
Did they really?
Yeah, they literally attacked the Wraith Pack because they got angry at it.
That's pretty funny.
Middle lane, though, Armel. This could be a kill because of Kai and Sanj.
I think it's a kill.
Never mind. Eclipse committed. Armel, he heals a fair amount, but not enough.
No, and that's good. I think Talon needs to get these kinds of kills for sure. Like, they are in almost desperation mode. They're down 13k 21 minutes in.
Yeah, this is despair.
It's you need these kills. Like, you can under no circumstances allow that guy to live, and then even worse, potentially allow a team fight to spiral out of your control from there. Things are going bad enough. You don't need to give them any more advantage. Although, yeah, that was a very bold play from Makoto. Just wants to push this wave and get even closer towards that BKB. Yeah, tough game for Jabs. He's having a really, really tough game. They do shred. I think your points are not incorrect about him, especially because they have lots of ways of getting on top of this hero, locking him down, and shredding his cloak stacks. I mean, it's real problematic here for him. I think he needs to get his Gravekeeper's Cloak Shard online just so he lives a little bit longer.
That's a very good point. I feel like the Shard, it would be incredible this game.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's a heal, and also it gives you time to refresh your Gravekeeper's Cloak stack, so even then, if they're going to kill you right after, at least they have to hit you like 2 more times, which maybe is enough, right? You've got a Train Protector counter initiation, Lunar counter initiation, Tiny counter, like you have good counter initiation here. He just needs to live long enough. Right now, I mean, Mech is going to help, this Plate Mail is going to help, but I feel like this Shard would also go a long way. I wouldn't mind seeing him hold off and belay a little bit this Assault Curious in favor of picking up the Gravekeeper's Cloak Shard.
He didn't. He went for the Plate Mail instead for now.
I like the Plate Mail. I still think the Plate Mail's good.
Okay, so Plate Mail to Shard and then finish. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he needs Plate Mail this game.
I agree with you there. I think that Shard is important. But also, it would be nice if the rest of the team maybe could do something. Unfortunately, you do also have a Luna, which is not a carry we see often.
No, it's not.
For a lot of reasons. And TA definitely does well with Luna because a lot of spread damage on Luna. Fantastic. TA just kills.
This is going to look... Oh, well, Jabs, put him on the... Well, he's not going to put him on the tower. That's fine. Maybe that's the more efficient play for now. But they're doing their little split push in against top lane with the sidekick, and they've just absolutely murdered the wave. I thought they were going to keep Luna nearby. Instead, actions towards the mid lane. Oh, good blink out from Makoto. You do hear the growling now from Fog, thankfully.
Yes. It's kind of easy to evade.
Wow. Okay, rare item. KP has a Crimson Guard.
Oh.
Which has been receiving buff after buff. It's been getting buffed basically for 2 years in hopes that it would be good. And it's really good this game. It's really, really good this game.
Luna? Visage?
Even Marcy?
Yeah, I guess.
I would say even Marcy. Until
for sure, yeah.
Until she gets Basher, at least, you're kind of ignoring at least a little bit of her unleash damage. But there's sidekick going to work, though. You can see this split push top lane. It's just doing way too much for these birds.
Yeah, this combo is decent, but once again, the same has been done by Fnatic. They just didn't need to sacrifice like 4 picks for this strategy.
And this is also a little bit risky because they've reduced the range of the aura that Visage can give these birds. If you just click on the birds, you can tell whether or not Visage is close to them or not. Especially because, like, you know, you basically have a little bit of a radar, right? Because the Vlad's range, the Wraith Pact range is still 1200, but his Gravekeeper's Cloak aura is only 900. So you have like a 300, like a radius, right? Like 2 concentric circles where you know he's going to be around. And then you just kind of use your educated guess from there, and you can probably snipe him.
You're triangulating his position.
A little bit, yeah. Pretty much.
Circulating his position.
Something like that. It's with the circles, yeah. I think there's probably a way you can force Trig into that, honestly, but like I said, I dropped out of uni, so...
It depends on if you believe in Euclidean mathematics or Pythagorean. Because Euclid stated that even with a round edge, you can stop a triangle.
Really?
Yeah. There's some fun mathematics facts for you.
Now that's edgy.
Occasional?
No, edgy. Because it has...
Oh, right.
Yes.
Yes.
Even dumber. Makoto?
Makoto. Okay. Trample and Pulverize. The world's most fun combo.
I also think Talon have some pretty big issues trying to hold high ground here.
They don't have good high ground.
I don't think they have good high ground. I think they siege very well.
Yes.
But I believe their high ground defense essentially subsists on them trying to, you know, hit a little bit of that copium and hopium and hoping that they can get a toss back.
Pray Gabby stops hitting your towers, like he just forgets. You have nothing to stop him. Like,
yeah.
You don't have a Helvin's Halberd carrier. You have toss back, but yeah.
Well, okay, this could be a moment. They know there's a couple of heroes top lane searching for them.
True.
But they don't have their Tiny. He's dead for 14 seconds, so Fnatic playing this one very patiently.
And they only see Armel in the top lane. It seems like he went there to clear things. DJ kept himself out of vision, which made it difficult for 23 or anyone to initiate. Because Snowball saves you from Eclipse.
Also traps up the wazoo right now as well, which does not make this any easier for Talon to try and get into range unscouted, right?
That's true. Gabby's not even bothering to go for the shard because he should go straight up Daedalus right now.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Yeah, I like Daedalus as well. I mean, I feel like you burst the Luna so quickly. A Luna that's already struggling to keep herself relevant.
I feel like you only need shard if Ollie's or jabs become either a big issue, and so far that hasn't really been the case.
Yep.
I think that's BKB though for Makoto. Yeah, indeed. So he finally has BKB. He's gonna buy out for this Avo. Roche up in 90. Sorry, make that even less. 70 seconds.
Oh, so this smoke would be crucial if they can manage to
Yeah, and I think
work
they're
it.
trying to bait 23.
The smoke just got revealed because the familiars went too close to it. Now they know if they smoked.
It's never too good.
It's nighttime. I would suppose they should have seen it. They should have seen it though. There we go. Hit the familiars a couple of times.
And you can see, like, those otherwise would be.
Okay, there's the front piece. That's going to work out. KP should die in this. That's going to be a really good start for them. Unless KP gets away with the onslaught.
I'm telling you, he's so tanky. Greaves are so good.
And the Crimson Guard.
It's almost kind of unbelievable that he lives there, to be honest. They just really did a little bit more. But their magic damage is really quite lacking, to be honest. Almost,
they could have committed the Eclipse, honestly.
They could have, and they probably should have. As soon as he gets the guard buff off, I think he needs to. Because now, guess what? Roche is going to be up. I guess the good news is, Avo, they didn't really use much.
Yeah, that's the
right. It was literally just a toss back.
If you commit Eclipse,
and Tiny's BKB.
If you commit Eclipse though, then you went on Eclipse for this Roche fight. That's right. Now you get rid of the familiars.
I guess it's just a question on the buyback then, really, for KP. Once they see this, oh, that's a big snipe actually. They've killed Gabby's courier, which had the Daedalus on it.
That is a big snipe.
But once they see KP almost have the finished, what's it called, Heaven's Halberd, they'll probably know he doesn't have buyback.
Yep. Sure, yeah, they're keeping track. It's easier, obviously, for us observers.
Always, right? Always. But I think as soon as I see that Halberd, I'm like, I don't think he has buyback.
This Roche comes with Shard. I would love to see our Mel pick that up, get that fear going.
I would love to see Talon try and contest this, but there's
no chance. No chance.
Yeah, there's no chance. Although I think this Visage is about to get his full AC finished off, so that's real important for the team. That aura,
okay, Carry takes it.
That aura armor, and I think this is fine as well. I think it's a pretty solid shard versus the big silences.
Yeah, but our Mel feels like such godlike right now. He gets a fear on top of his unkillable personality. I don't know. I would have guessed.
I mean, you're up against 3 BKBs though. So my question is, which one is more likely to be relevant sooner? A fear onto a support or a silence onto a support?
No, that's a good way of pondering it.
Right, and I would go, honestly, silence onto a support
obviously,
because it means Gabby's hitting them, and Gabby can kill them much faster than a DP.
Yeah, okay, I'm sold. That's a good way to explain it. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, well, or obviously Gabby says, me carry, me take.
I mean, I think that's actually what happened, but I'm glad that we analyzed it as if they made this whole process up.
Yeah, for sure. We give pros a lot of credits. That's when we hard cut to the true site, and Gabby says, me take, me.
Yes.
Mine, don't touch.
I can't tell you the amount of times I've talked to pros, and they had a clip of me, like, analyzing what they were doing, and they laughed at
Careful. In trouble, Makoto?
Mikoto. Oh, they have the Walrus kick. That BKB won't be of much use for Mikoto.
No.
They also play skee ball here with Gabby as they force them forward and backward.
And he's got a DD into. Oh my goodness, Makoto, no chance, no saves, no force staffs? Question mark? No force staffs.
No,
that's
none.
In my opinion, a mistake against this kind of a lineup.
You don't have great force staff carriers.
No, you don't. But
you really don't. Like, Marcy can't build a force staff, or else you're just giving up on the Skiro.
Got full AC.
Treant could, I guess.
Buyback on Tiny. I mean,
Exo committed.
I think Luna ought to have one for sure, but she feels like she needs to go for damage, and I can see why, because Fnatic at the gates here, trying to deny Talon the guaranteed
mate. Oh, he activate the BKB.
There's a kick.
He tries to go for Katie, but with Crimson Guard, he's just not going to die. They're going for jabs instead. Over goes trying to stand, but it doesn't hit most of the targets, which means jabs is down. 23 Savage trying to fight with the Eclipse, but Gabby's ignoring it. And he almost killed off 23 Savage almost by accident there.
And he's going to completely melt this tower, living armor or not. I mean, they'll get a fortify, but Fnatic with very little reason to leave here. Gabby even confident to tank it through. He's hit level 20. Meld now dispels. He's got Aegis still for over half its duration. 2 minutes, 45 seconds right now as the tier 3 tower will crumble. Now there's another fortify for Talon, but there's no Visage for a minute. And further, sorry, there's no Visage for 20 seconds. What I meant to say, Abo, was there's no Familiars for a minute. So he's just Auras. That's it. So quite wisely, they will not use the Fortify. Careful, Fnatic have left an ugly presence on the high ground. There it is. Okay, they're going to get the wards. So no immediate threats of immediately losing this game. But Talon probably looking like deer in the headlights right now with how this series, not only just game, is going for them. I mean, look, Talon, it's desperate. They're smoking without familiars.
They are.
I mean,
I don't think
how much do
matter.
familiars do against Crimson Guard? That's a valid question, but
Or the bonks against the snowball.
that's even. I mean,
Is this a Queen of Pain on the offlane? Oh no, sorry, it's Visit.
it's getting tough, man. I'll see. Hopefully, maybe you bait something here on these illusion runes, but it doesn't seem very likely. And I think Talon are very understanding that they are simply one fight away from losing this game, and realistically not going to the major. I mean, you lose to this team, who says you can't lose to anyone else? No disrespect, but everyone else is beating this team. Ergo.
Yeah, but that's not how Dota works. Dota doesn't have the transitional properties there. Doesn't apply to Dota.
I mean, I agree, right? But it certainly would not give me the utmost of confidence.
Like, this happened to OG as well, right? Against Nigma. Nigma beats OG, did they actually destroy them? Does that matter? Does that mean that OG is all of a sudden loses to everyone else? No.
We'll see what OG does tomorrow, right?
I guess that's true. Or tonight.
Tonight, I don't know if they play tonight.
Yeah, they do. Actually, I'm not sure, but
I don't know. I just think Dota's an incredibly mental game, and I think this is not good for the mental.
I mean, this is definitely not good for the mental.
That's all I aim to say. Toss back.
That toss back didn't work out.
How about
that's
that one?
a better toss back.
How about them apples?
Mikoto's dead.
What?
Mikoto's dead. Who misses high ground? No, he really?
Gabby's in deep now.
Wow, Gabby is in deep, and they overgrowth him as well, but Armel is routing the rest
the fight's
of
so
the
bad.
team.
The fight's so bad.
He is beating the rest of the team alone. KP decides to die because he went a little bit too far.
He went way too deep.
But it's just Armel versus the world, and I believe in Armel here.
Yeah, but this is Exo now wasted. Question is, like, how good of a late game carry is Luna these days, especially compared to the TA? Considering this is not a hero we see a ton of, I gotta say there's a reason behind it, and say I'm probably not too scared, especially with the itemizations. This Crimson Guard, all these aura items. Is there actually even a single aura? Yeah, there's Shiva's, I guess, but
on who?
On the DP.
Yeah, she went for just Shiva's.
Yeah, which is you know, not that crazy good for your team. I don't know. It's
I mean, it's really good against Luna though. Luna depends on Satanic in the late game.
Now she's gonna go for Sky damage. She has damage. Yes, I was gonna say, please get a 4-staff 23. They will. That'll be 1 4-staff on the team. Jabs as well, doing a good job keeping the team alive. He's got money for the shard, but needs buyback.
The amount of misses, by the way, to the high ground to Mikoto. They missed 3 attacks in a row, and then 1 hit and got very little damage. I don't know where Q was.
Died probably on top of traps.
Oh, yeah, and Gabby found him and just trapped him.
Oh, and has Acceptor, so he TP'd on him.
That's it. He literally did that, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, now it becomes really difficult to play the map if you're Talon.
Well, now you need a gem. And you have a gem. You should be destroying this trap. Okay, maybe they didn't see it. That's fine.
Who had a gem, though?
Tree has a gem.
Yeah, but I don't think he was with Q, that's why.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, Tree is the best gem carrier.
There's a gem in the mid lane is what I'm... Or sorry, there's a trap in the mid lane that I'm afraid they...
Oh, they just missed over, I suppose.
Yeah, not the one that Q, obviously, that's fine.
Traps are very easy to see because just appear, right? Out of thin air.
All right.
The TA's top lane, the Primal Beast... Okay, they can't cancel his TP, right? Not melted bash.
I didn't even kill this Primal Beast illusion. It's not good for Luna.
He now has a Heaven's Halberd as well, which is going to help a lot against him.
Yeah.
You mentioned that earlier.
I think his newest item is this casual plate mail, so he is like ridiculously tanky.
Oh, I like the casual plate mail.
Yeah,
into the BKB.
68% physical resist on top of the Crimson Guard active buff, which...
Oh, Savage. Oh, they saw this. And they wanted the kick with the snowball combo. That's going to work. Walrus Sponge as well. Savage, though, does have that BKB. Gabby trying to get on top of him. And apparently just not doing enough damage.
Yeah.
It's not working out for them just yet.
But the Pulverize?
Oh, it's available as well. Pulverize, but no damage to go with it. Oh, he did. So then 23 Savage dies. Ollie as well. And the real carries are Mel the whole time.
Oh, no.
Gabby was barely hitting there.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, and everyone's still full HP on top. The Fnatic, I mean, they've seriously now are giving Talon the scare of their lives, if not just about closing out the series here and now.
They don't have enough burst damage to deal with.
They're charging down mid. They still have Exo. Okay, no, they're going to go for bottom lane. They're going to go for the safe play because they can't quite get the Megas. Maybe expecting buyback on the Luna. She's 600 gold short. And I think Fnatic, sensing blood in the water, they're going for tier 4s.
Yes, they are. And I think this might... Oh,
now they
went for a play. Jabs! Luckily has Shard, so he gets a little bit of leeway right now. Instead, they go for Q while Jabs recovers, and Q will not make it back to the fountain as Jabs in a similar position will fall.
No buyback.
Staggering them. Nobody has buybacks. I think Fnatic might be doing it.
Fnatic, the true
Oh
C
my
team with
god,
a snowball.
DJ is literally dragging this to hell.
That's the one buyback, but Makoto, okay, he's got buyback as well, and now Fnatic, perhaps they've wasted their time. If they just focused onto the throne, they might have actually finished off the game by now, but 23 respawning shortly with BKB in hand as well as Eclipse. What can he get done?
One last chance to avoid tiebreakers. This time they do kill the Tusk thanks to the toss. And this chance will work, it seems like. Everyone on Fnatic is on the retreat. They're taking the tier 4s, but they didn't do that much. Oh, sorry, 1 tier 4, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it's I think, significant enough. They didn't at least give... Oh, wait, hold on. 23?
KP, why is he showing himself?
This is risky.
Heaven's Halberd.
There's the toss up.
KP. He has Guardian Greaves still, trampling himself. There's no help, though, so this didn't seem like a plan. They have 4 staff now, finally. As Zhao sacrifices himself for his core, Armel comes in, just take the double damage, ruining ignores Zhao. KP's capable of making it out.
SCA Dota, baby.
SCA DPC, baby, I would say.
Yeah. And, well, it's not the fastest Roche here for Talon. That's certainly what they were hoping for right now. They'll be a little bit unlucky in that regard. However, it'll be back in 30 seconds. Fnatic, though, will have time by then to remuster and get back at things here. Get back at it. 28k net worth lead. I mean, I guess, you know, if I didn't count out Fnatic in game 1, I can't really count out Talon in game 2, especially with much more for themselves to play for. However, the lead is a bit more staggering this time. I've got to be honest. I got to be real with it.
Yeah, Talon did not have such an incredible lead. Also,
No.
they didn't win the whole game last time. You know, like they weren't winning the whole game, and they just dropped it.
I mean, it's very true.
I think also Fnatic has it just. I mean, it's just the drafts, man. I can't escape the fact that you picked the carry nobody picks. You picked a strategy that's, I mean, not obsolete, but it's just old.
It's too cute, right?
It's too cute, and this strategy is super fourth as well.
All right, well, maybe at least they'll get through Roshan here at a respectable pace. But
They have Exo,
Fnatic, they've got incredible counter initiation here. They'll fight this.
but they're late.
They are late, but how late?
Quite late.
Late enough?
BKB, yeah, he's dead.
Yep. Okay.
That's
They use
goodbye,
Exo.
KP.
They use Exo. Fnatic want to fight.
Yeah, they do. What just happened to Luna? Oh, got kicked. Okay. As Gabby decides to fight against Q.
Oh, 23 loses the fight.
Well, yeah, Armel's too strong. The real carry. Dealt with the Luna. Now deals with Q. Gabby, who knows you? Armel, the true savior. Activates BKB. 23 Savage, though, does have a second Eclipse. Someone needs to help Armel.
Okay. It's fine for now.
He has Blink still in 2 seconds. There we go. He's just going to go for the easiest target, which is Ollie, but Ollie gets away in time. She wasn't available earlier.
Yeah, and 23 is going to be able to TP away. He's going to push one more wave. This is very bold from him. I think Fnatic now...
No Exo.
What stops them from now going to tier 4 towers but themselves? Nothing. Okay, good.
Yeah, well, there's Eclipse ready.
But no BKB on Luna.
True. Jab.
Oh, there is.
Gets
Pardon,
him
there's
back.
BKB.
Oh, there is, because he refreshed both, obviously. There's the Eclipse. There's the second Eclipse used. And KP's the target. However, 23 Savage fighting the TA held on. He has 7 reflection instances right now, so it's a little bit harder to kill him.
Oh,
Jab instead got frozen solid. That's not the stone form he was looking for.
30 seconds till you have the tiny back, but Fnatic all in now, trying to get this tier 4 down, trying to deny Talon the guaranteed spot to the major.
They're very close. 23 Savage, he doesn't want to go to the Nightbreakers. It's not his option any longer as Ollie dies. His teammates are dying left, right, and center. Finally covered to the Tusk, but it's for Q, and the Pulverance gets 23 Savage. He will fall.
He's got buyback?
He does have buyback and the cheese. He preserves it for this next fight. Gabby, though, is concentrating on the Ancient.
Q's got
he
backer.
kills Q by accident
Oh,
almost.
no.
He does. 23 Savage now Sion's forced to go back. The toss back. Hopefully that will work
They
on
got
Gabby.
Gabby.
He has cheese, though. But Gabby, he's fighting inside the mountain.
Gabby, what are you
He's
doing?
letting the team finish for him. Armel, the true carry, will take the action. DJ can't believe himself. Zhao is so happy. That is called Schadenfreude, my friends. They know they just forced these tiebreakers.
Fnatic, they'll go down, but not without a win from Division 1 into the Spring Tour. And they know that they've given Talon here the pleasure of playing even more Dota.
Yes, indeed. We will be seeing them on Monday as they will be forced to tiebreak with the loser of the Geek Slate Blacklist matchup.
Yes.
So, no, congrats to Talon. You get to play more Dota. You get to be on the big screen. That's great for sponsors, but unfortunately, the best thing for